All right, welcome back to the To Be Fair Show. I am your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
And we back. Before we get started, I want to tell everybody to tap in with us on all socials at the To Be Fair Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Please hit the like button, comment below, tap into the chat. All super chats read immediately. And we read most of the chats. We read most of the chats, but we got a few of them lined up for today. I think we got a good, cool little conversations lined up.
Yeah, hey, we off tomorrow, bro. You off tomorrow?
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, y'all got a Memorial Day sale.
I don't know what you mean by
y'all
that.
talk about fucking Memorial Day sale. Ain't goddamn discounted nothing in real life.
Oh, full sticker. Full sticker every day.
But they got the ad for it on TV, ain't it? Y'all got an ad for the discount for Memorial Day?
We're taking $1,500 off. Come see your boy Johnny P.
$1,500 off.
See your boy.
Telling the goddamn lie.
So what you saying is that y'all overpriced it $1,500 to take it off, right?
Right.
I ain't priced nothing. That's what Subaru did. That's how they come off the truck.
You ain't a part of y'all?
Nah, that's them.
Hey Johnny, what your commercial sound like, Johnny? I want to hear your car commercial, bro.
Oh, I have to get back to that on that, but we working.
Yeah, all right. You got it. All right. What's your salesman commercial sound?
Yeah,
like?
what does it sound like? Like if we was to see you on TV.
Come see me, Johnny P, at Subaru of North Charlotte.
South Charlotte.
I was trying to throw you a deflection just in case. But
Johnny said he trying to make a play though.
Yeah,
Nah.
come on, let your boy.
where I am
for real.
where I'm hitting niggas over the head.
Over the
back to back to back. I love it. YN that comes in and wants no money down. Tell him, Johnny.
Yeah, hey, we'll get you rolling. Zero down.
Zero down, 1,700 a month.
It ain't fucking 1,700. It's 17.99%.
We said 500 credit score. We'll get you
Hey,
there.
nah, we got the,
We giving SRTs out.
we ain't got those. We got Foresters, Outbacks, Cross Tracks. Come holler at your boy.
All right.
But enough of that. We gonna get rolling. What you got, Q?
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get pulled up really quickly. But nonetheless, yeah, I think that there's been a lot of like different fatigues going on. There's been a lot of conversations. I've been in like a lot of different little group chats and shit. And a part of being in all of those different little things is I tend to hear so much discourse, especially in the space of like Black empowerment, Black progress, Black planning, Black future, XYZ. And the longer I have sat in what the current iteration of like these spaces are, the more I've been just losing faith in what the fuck any nigga is doing, especially when it comes down to a collective revolution. And so I have a couple things written down just as like kind of talking points. I'll list them out. I'm sure something will stick to y'all. But these are just some things that I've just kind of collected. And I personally I do get really tired sometimes of it. And I just completely disengage. Like shout out to the Discord. The Discord every day over breakfast, 7 a.m. Niggas FBA diasporan every time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Over egg.
Yeah. Every time. It'd be like you gonna wake up to one of them memes. It's gonna be either side. One side gonna fire off though. Like it's guaranteed. But yeah, to me, in my opinion, these are some of the reasons why I believe I don't see the Black Revolution coming at this moment. I think we are inside a severe, in my opinion, Black identity crisis. The longer you talk to sometimes just one Black person, they're gonna be it. Black indigenous to America, in which the whole world started in America. Then they might be like a Black Moor the next week. Then they might be like a Seminole Indian the next week, and then they might actually be from Africa. They might be, like one of those sub-Saharan. They might actually be like Igbo. But then the next week they were the chosen ones. That were the Hebrews that were brought over in the slave trade. And I'm like, God damn,
this one
like this is just one time, one person. But then you just see them, and then they just start like stitching everything together. And I'd be like, well, like these are all cool stories. What is that doing with like right now? And then like you could see like 3 days go by, and that's like all the conversation is. And I'm like, well, it still didn't land with a finite thing. And at most, all we did was exchange insults and tell each other why we not from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, all right. Then like one of the newer iterations, in my opinion, is the identity crisis that now involves the whole diaspora, right? So now we got the diaspora wars, the big beef. You know what I mean? Like it's the Pan-African versus the FBA.
Tether this,
tether that, tether this, coon that, Uncle Tom this. You know what I mean?
Porch
And,
monkey there.
yeah. And in my opinion,
Hey,
yeah.
Which
Porch
fella
monkey
got
this.
that off? Did he? What's his name? Got that?
Yeah.
Like Kofi.
Yeah. Porch monkey this, tether that, and yeah, like in my opinion, it's like this part where it's almost like if the FBI and Edgar Hoover was here today, this would be COINTELPRO. Like, how can I get these black folk to infight and never talk about any actual collective planning, uniting together for some kind of common goal? Just at all. Like it just seems like the most distractive thing that I have ever seen in my mind, in my life. When it comes down to black people,
I think it's one thing I've seen is like even I noticed like the conversations on Unpack. I think the last time y'all did like the FBA versus diaspora conversation, it is entertaining, but at some point it's exhausting. I seen like Mama Sharon had posted in there. So like, what is any of this going to accomplish? Like
nothing.
What you know what I mean? And it's exhausting. At this point, I've actually kind of tapped out myself because I'm exhausted with it for the moment.
Yeah, like it's the thing is that it's entertaining to hop in and then be like, oh, that, and then you disengage for like 3 months or something. Like
Right.
Like that's when it's cool.
Right.
But like I said, when you diaspora warring over breakfast every day, I'd be like, damn. But we're gonna talk about like how we gonna defeat white supremacy. Or we're gonna like get some version of an actual plan together. But yeah, like I said, divided and divisive. I think that's kind of like the easiest way to put that. But then you get into the space where like our attention is so divided. It's so divided. Whether it's like where we're actually from and identity politics, how we gonna get it done. You know, each liberal and conservative group and faction loves to call the other person a coon and Uncle Tom, and then it's like if I disagree with you, if you are, and I gotta do like the family back check, then it's Tether Coonum. You know what I mean? It's like all right, but all of that leads to there's no fucking organization. There's no collective organization and goal. When you do any of the actual walking through with any of these groups, whether it's like the FBA, whether it's the ADOS. Whether it's the Pan-African guys that you talk to, outside of fighting with each other, when you really drill down into, do you have a real structured plan? You have steps implemented to get to where we're trying to get to, and sometimes the elementary roadblocks that might come up, niggas don't ever be having any kind of answer.
Do you think that that's the lack of a plan comes from not having the leaders?
Maybe, but then that's also like a proud point for certain groups.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Is that we don't have leaders.
But I think that I think that it ends up being this discourse back and forth. You know what I mean? The back and forth, because I think it's entertainment. I think that they're literally just entertaining themselves with the conversation. It's just entertainment. It's like
or distracting themselves.
Oftentimes, entertaining is distracting.
That's what it just seems to me. Like when we don't actually get to planning how we're going to beat like the boss at the end of the level, and we just running around in circles, just hopping over back and forth over the little what's that the little thing on Mario. We just hop back and forth, and forth.
No, it did. The
nigga boss at the end of the level.
Nigga running over there punching the motherfucking teammate.
Fucking Mario.
You got the big boss over there at the end of the level. You got them in the level running over there. I'm gonna sock this nigga.
It's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? And yeah, so like to me, the end of it ends up being like a bunch of niggas having end goals and wishful thinking, but no way to get there, no plan, and it's just a bunch of niggas punching down on each other. That's my thesis. I throw it out there.
I think one thing.
So what was your question though?
No, my statement is the revolution ain't coming.
Okay.
Y'all can agree, disagree.
Do you believe that the revolution?
I think it's not going to look like the overall like collective.
Oh, and it's Memorial Day too, that's kind of how I want to tie it in. It's Memorial Day, which some people fought and died for some shit. I don't see the faction of any organization. The black people that's saying that they're like, what's the word that they be using? They be checking niggas on the internet. Like I don't see them niggas like actually going through the process as you was about to go to, and I'll toss it back to you. What it really looked like to have a revolution, Johnny.
Yeah, I think like the internet. I mean, what I see, just to speak on, what you were saying there, going back and forth. It's just a lot of hurt niggas just venting. Like it's just a lot of niggas. They want to talk about the race, and they want to get it off. Yes, and ain't nothing. That and that's the space for that. You get to come in and talk your shit, and I don't, this because there is shit that we go through. I think as a collective, that that the certain society has put us in a place that we're all going to go through certain things, no matter what socioeconomic level we're in, what level we get to. There's just certain challenges we all gonna have, and niggas just vent about it. Is the revolution gonna come? I don't think it's gonna be like no Black Messiah or nothing like that. I think the revolution is gonna have to come once we realize it's not a revolution coming, and you have to save yourself.
Is that a revolution, saving yourself?
I mean, if everybody saves themselves and we all get saved, I think that is a revolution. I think like if you end victim, and not to say,
well, I mean that's impossible though. But go ahead, continue.
I mean, not all, but the majority, like the majority. I think
you said you got victimhood fatigue.
No, I ain't say that.
What was you about to say? You said if we end victim, what?
Like if you don't have a victim mentality, I think that's the best.
You saying what I just said?
I didn't say fatigue. I did not use the word fatigue.
Oh, the fatigue word done got loaded. That's what you're saying.
I ain't say fatigue.
You ain't tired of it, but we ain't getting nowhere if we keep it. All right, I got you.
So like, I think once we kind of shed off of that, that's where the revolution is going to be. It's like it's safe. And somebody just dropped a song, Nick Grant, Nothing's Free.
Ooh, I ain't heard Nick Grant.
So shout out Nick Grant. He one of them ones. I just heard it on the way up here. Nothing's free. He's saying, "Get up, get out. Ain't nobody coming to save you."
Work.
We got to work, and I think that's part of the revolution. If songs like that go viral and niggas start having that kind of mindset, I think that can be the revolution. But I don't think it's going to be no Black Messiah to come save us.
Yeah, I guess I'll say I don't see it. I agree with Q. I think that we've been allowed to become too comfortable. We actually feel like we made it already. Like the conveniences, and you know what I mean? And I every time I think about like the state of like the community and like the idea of a revolution, I think about meritorious manumission every time. And that was a term that I learned from Dr. Clark Anderson, meritorious manumission.
Yeah, okay.
And it was pretty much the way in which they the idea of if I can convince you to tell on your brother to my benefit, then I'll give you a treat. You see what I'm saying? It's the idea of like the being able, we'll give you the idea that you can make it out of servitude because you've done this thing for me. It was the reason why niggas was snitching on the plantation about, you know what I mean? That was rooted in the teachings of meritorious manumission. And it's like, bro, we kind of it's they and then well, we're gonna talk about the money thing later, but yeah, I'll just go back to say that I don't have any faith in this idea of the movement. Like niggas, like, and I'm not harping on Q at all, but niggas don't want to not go to Target as a collective. You got plenty of options. You know what I mean? Niggas don't want to not do anything together to prove the point. There's always going.
Wait, what that had to do with me?
Yeah, I see your car at the Target the other day. That's what it got to do with you.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this: my family ain't been in Target.
They get delivery. They get
same fucking
come to them.
That's how you can still participate and hide.
That protest,
He just hiding.
That protest ain't doing shit.
That nigga, yeah, I'm with y'all.
Yeah. I don't believe in that protest. That's why I ain't interested.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that
move a needle.
No. I understand what you're saying.
Though Target's numbers have been down the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, but it doesn't move the needle for Black people, because I mean, at the end of the day, the whole reason for doing it was because they were taking back the funding that they said they was going to get because of the George Floyd thing. Some billions of dollars they were going to invest into the community, And so the protest was because when Trump put the whole DEI thing in there, they pulled out that contribution to the community, which was supposed to have been dated for some time. Well, I forget the date of the contribution.
It was supposed
to be made.
Come into effect
like right when Trump got in office, right?
Yeah, December of that year.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
gotcha.
Yeah. You know what the president said? No DEI, we good.
Yeah, so they
committed like it was about to be like $1 billion or something, right? It was a high number for sure.
But see, my thing is that once I heard that, which when they initially started the protest, I didn't know that was the reason. But I'm thinking like, shoot, I'll give up a convenience just because it ain't that serious to me. Like the whole Netflix thing. Like if niggas really wanted to do anything, I kind of will.
If it's actually planned out and it's like really intentional, I have no problem. The reality is that I don't go in Target, or really get shit delivered like that.
Hey, can I
every like once or twice a week, not twice a week, like every other week or so, like she gets like her feminine products from there. Yeah, but like we're not really going there. My thing is that I haven't felt the need to really join quote unquote the thing just because I hadn't seen too much of the actual intentional planning for that, and then what's going to happen, and that's my main thing.
I was only using it was just an example. It's not coming down on it because, but there's always going to be a way for me to feel somebody to feel like, there's not enough of this for me to do. You know what I mean? It's just that
I didn't this whole idea. It was a fun way to joke about it. But
I do have a question though.
But
I do.
I stopped him in the middle of him talking.
Okay,
it's short. I don't really see that there's anything that, you know what I mean. There's not a collective. There's not a collective movement of anything.
I'm gonna say I don't think that there is a serious collective. It seems like half the niggas that get in charge, they want to turn it to like almost jokes, and you can look at it on like two of the major people that you see on both sides. They become like almost caricatures.
Talking about Umar
and Tariq.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to either one of them, there is a lot of humor in what they're doing.
Yes, they're trying. And it looks like a bag chase. It looks like the chase to the bag. Like this is getting old. I need to get back into the algorithm so that I can make more money. So now I'll transition over into the Charleston White lane a little bit. You know what I mean?
And even if they don't necessarily, because I don't know if they go as far as him.
No.
But there's
Yeah, I was just talking about. Of course, they don't go as far as him, but I'm just talking about this whole comedic.
No, I agree. Yeah,
this little. Yeah,
like it's like a slight bit of comedy to it, like,
right?
With Umar, it's the Snow Bunnies Forever, Black Queens, and like he finds a way to kind of like drag a little bit with that. And Tariq, it's all of the tether soup. What is it? Ugasis, whatever the fuck they always bush meat this. Like it's always like they
bush meat do be funny though.
I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, like they have like the jokes loaded.
Hey, the Pan African's gonna get you, bro. You
it's shit's fine. I laugh on both sides of it, bro. I laugh on both sides.
But I didn't mean to step. You had a question.
Yeah, well, like regarding just the Target thing, like there has been 5.7 dropping in-store sales and 4.7 online sales.
And he lost like 9. The CEO, did he lose like 9 million out of his salary?
They last. So with something like that, because I know you don't believe in it initially, but if you saw like,
I would just ask, like, what was the reason for it?
So because of the money for so let me ask you this: if let's say the protest was going on and the goal was accomplished, right? So they decided to actually invest that money because of the protest. Mm-hmm. Then would that be motivation for let's say the next thing? Because I think that's what it is. At the end of the day, I think the protests don't actually get they don't actually accomplish a goal at any time. And so it just makes it less and less, you know what I mean? Like you just
so my thing is that like I'm not anti-protest, like even the Target thing, anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm a person, I don't like just doing shit just to do it. So if you have an actual plan laid out that I can see beginning, ending, and I can believe in it, there's like, even if it don't even work, I'm okay with.
So, but what does that look like? So, like, for example, in this Target scenario, they said we're gonna stop. So, what is how intricate does this plan?
It don't have to be like super intricate. And I know that. So here's the Target thing. The Target thing. Until I seen old boy on the Breakfast Club, and he did lay out of like exactly what they were trying to do, and it was cool. Like I get it, right? it first came off like, oh, we're mad, we're going to protest again.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I did that enough. I did that enough in my 20s. Like, I understand, like, we're gonna do a thing, and then in 3 weeks we're gonna kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And then in a month, I'm gonna feel cool with going back there. I've seen the cycle enough. And that's my thing. Like, if we're in serious mode, like we're actually seriously going to do something, and as a collective, we're really like engaged in it, and we're going to do. I'm cool with being a part of that, but I'm also not just following shit off the strength because I've seen that happen too much.
No, I get it, and I understand this. It's like a protest fatigue.
Yeah, I got protest fatigue for sure.
Protest fatigue.
I've been at the protest where niggas start being like, "Hey, and you know what else we gonna do? We gonna get farmland." Live off the grid. Be like, wait.
You got a whole crowd around.
Wait.
Hey, shout out here after Farms.
Bro, I ain't trying to be poor. I like some first world shit. I like running water.
Right.
Hey,
you ever tasted well water before?
No, I don't want it.
Hell no, that shit buzz. That well water shower.
Nah, well water was good.
Nah, that shit's it's almost like when you go to the beach, you know, the beach water, it tastes like feet.
You was just drinking the water straight from the well. You went and clearing it.
No, it was coming
Clean
with, you know, this was back in the day when niggas used to drink out the faucet. And so, you know what I mean? You go and just drink, put your head under that motherfucker, and you could just, yeah, that shit. Nah, I'm cool on the well water, bro.
Johnny, did you ask your question?
It was about the target stuff. I was saying if you see the like momentum, because like they mentioned the boycotts in part of the reasoning. A lot that they also mentioned rising grocery costs, but at the end of the article, they did mention the DEI and the boycotts that it's facing as like contributing factors.
Right.
Okay. And that's what I was going to say is that I think that if it did, and that 5% is actually attributed to it, then I think that's something to actually start building on. Also, we have to make sure that that's what it is, because we can't act like the first quarter hasn't been fucked in general. Like, it's been so many things going on to where, like, if that's it, then cool. Let's continue there, and then we're gonna move our ass on to what's the next, Whole Foods or some shit. I don't know.
We're not going back to
Walmart. Yeah, no. My thing would be is that you really,
the hood need Walmart.
My thing is that if you,
they need Walmart and Amazon.
What is the point in, like, and this is what I don't understand. If you don't actually check the box, if the goal is not accomplished, then you don't let it, like you said, 3 weeks and then it just goes away. Like him losing that 9 million, like you said, that could have been just because of the tariffs, or that could have just been, you know what I mean, some other reason. But I think that we just let the movement go every single time. It doesn't last long enough to actually accomplish a goal, and that's why they ain't even worried about it. Oh, we'll get that back on the back end. You know what I mean? They'll be back. You know what I mean? We ain't really got to worry about it. It ain't gonna last that long. About 90 days.
Walmart gonna piss him off at some point.
What you mean?
Well,
he going to.
Gonna piss off.
It's gonna piss off the middle class black.
Well, see, and like what you were speaking of, like the thing. While like the bus boycott, people don't really. It was over a year.
Yeah.
And like, are we the society that has the attention span?
Nah, we're a society about
year long to just to see something through, like to see like, okay, first quarter may not work. Are we gonna like double down on it second quarter, and then to actually see, because like it might take a year
right,
for it to actually have an effect.
But to be very intentional with the movement, you got to have one of those things that niggas say they don't want: a leader. Like in a serious leader, not one that just want to joke around on the internet and play YouTube games and chat games.
Right.
Like a serious leader that's able to keep people updated on the progress of what's going on. You know what I mean? And a structured plan to how we have this much time that we're trying to do this thing, and people can believe in it. I think so many things just get to push off of a viral moment, and it's easy to forget about a thing when there's no accountability part to it. And that, in my opinion, that ends up being like one of those issues that if you want a successful leader, movement, I don't know what's the successful movements that didn't have a leader.
Well, just a little pushback on that. Now, not a lot, just a little, just a little chicken wing on that. But
like a Caitlyn Clark push, or
nah, this would be like a a Michael Jordan push at the.
Oh,
Yeah, just one of
Oh,
those. Yeah,
okay,
just
okay,
like
okay,
one of
okay,
those.
okay,
But like,
Damn.
yeah, my bad. But as far as like the attention span, and when it comes to like we do need a leader. We just spoke about Umar and Tariq Nasheed.
Mhm.
Is some of the comedy things that they're doing? Do you think that actually helps as far as like keeping people engaged? Because they are the two people that we've seen like in the spotlight for the longest.
It keeps their fans engaged.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't know what else he'd be doing.
Okay, I'll just this
Like I can't really speak to.
I mean,
like
it keeps them in the
results.
algorithm. It keeps them in the algorithm so that when I do have a thing to say, my audience is consistently growing.
Yeah, but that's
you know what I
just
mean?
their audience.
Yeah. No. I understand.
Like
It's
I don't think that
definitely
either one of them are like they
But what
have
about-
like that very small. Well, I don't want to
Niche,
use the
like
word
a
small,
niche.
but like they have their niche.
but
But outside of that niche,
what about
and when you step off the internet, ain't shit moving.
but what about if the school open?
I think that's
If the
cool.
school opens, you get these kids in there. You know what I mean? And maybe because
I'm-
he's one that like at the end of the day, that school, I actually fuck. I fuck with Tariq and Dr. Umar.
Mhm.
I fuck with both of them. I don't agree with everything nobody say, but you know what I mean? I'll kind of bounce the idea or like allow the idea to fester in my mind to see where I land on it. But like I said, I fuck with both of them. And if he actually does get the school, you know what I mean, accomplished, and then he gets the female school, you know what I mean? The female, you know what I mean? Like if he actually provides these tangibles to the community, would you then put more? Is that tangible enough for you to feel like somebody to follow? Not necessarily to follow.
No,
or a good leader.
I'm not anti like Umar. Umar. I'm not anti Umar. I think if anything, Umar is a little bit more serious in like the things that he does. I also think that'd be like a very like that's step 1A. If he gets a individual school that took 10 years to get done, but I would love for him to get that done because of
somebody got to do it first so we can see.
Of course,
you know what I mean? That's like the homie
that's why
that
I'm
bought a
saying
house.
like that's 1A.
Yeah, it's like 10 years, but I mean, it took him 10 years. If it takes 10 years, then that means the next time it shouldn't take 10 years because we have the information. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if you're like approaching it as if I'm disagreeing with you or not.
Okay, go ahead.
Like I'm like again, I think that's like a 1A where like, but there's a B, C, D, like because the next step is like, is it successful in what he's doing? Because of this isn't going to be the first black school made at all. I think his main thing was that he wanted to do it without any version of government funding
because he wants to be able to create the curriculum.
Right. And so
the curriculum is, I think the curriculum and seeing this, if the curriculum is successful is to me the most important thing.
Right. But
because that is a model and an actual curriculum that can be utilized in, you know what I mean, in other scenarios or in other institutions.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's 1A because him getting the school open is his own thing.
Yeah.
Then the school being successful is another thing. And then if it's successful, finding a way to make this repeated in which we can do this at a consistent level,
right,
would be a whole other thing.
For sure.
And then the funding and all these different things. But I'm not against like his step 1 of this. And that's why like I don't really drag on him. I think that like, you know, at least he does have a specific plan. His main thing is that we need more black institutions, and he's intentionally invested in building a institution. So I can see like him walking through that line. The issue is just that it hasn't happened yet. But I'm also not one of those Umar where the school at guys. Like I understand shit take time. I done seen like he got to school. He like there's a bunch of red tape when it comes down to regulations and shit like that. You hear all the MAGA people always talk about it. Less regulations. There is regulations. So I also do understand and get that part.
I had a question real quick. What does the revolution actually look like? That's what I'm trying to sit here and think of as I'm
well, it depends on which revolution niggas is talking about. I think sometimes one of the new revolution that I hear a lot about is that niggas got to get them reparations that they not going to plan to do anything with.
Hold on. You said
like that, and then that's going to lead to like the overturning of white supremacy somehow.
That's been a conversation.
That's like
so
the
just
main
to be sure,
revolution.
the step 1 is reparations.
You got to ask them.
Oh, I thought that's what you were just saying.
Oh, he said, what does that revolution look like from my understanding, like it's get them reparations
I think that's
and then
FBA.
overthrow white.
That's FBA plan.
Well, that's what they say. They gonna
I-
get them reparations and then what? That's what they
I think those is like
That's what
get reparations.
Wait, I ain't gonna tell you that's what them niggas say. That's what them niggas say.
That's just the way you said get them reparations.
Yeah, you gotta get them reparations and not have a plan with them, but also because of some people going to invest, it's going to overthrow white supremacy. And then with that, like I don't even know what's the next part of that plan. It's like get reparations.
So you don't. So you fuck with Dr. Umar, but you really don't fuck with Tariq. Is what it sounds like to me.
With Tariq, like I can divorce. I'm also
Well, actually, we all love Tariq. Hidden Colors Tariq. We all loved it.
Yeah. All right.
During that
So
time period.
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
definitely-
so am I? Like, I can't really listen to a lot of Tariq content. So I know I personally like he's not the person that I really engage in just because of when I listen to it, it's just like I just don't enjoy it, if that makes sense. I have no issue with the delineation movement. Like I agree with that. Right. So like that's his own thing as well. Like the idea that black people is his own ethnogenesis and should be identified on census as its own thing. I agree with that.
Yes.
I think that if people want to get reparations and fight for reparations, I think that that's cool. You could do that. That's not necessarily my personal fight. But also, I would imagine if you're going to do that, there is like a B, C, D, E, F, G plan to how you're going to get it and what you're going to do with it and how it's going to overthrow the thing.
I got a question.
Okay.
You said that reparations is not your personal fight. What does that mean?
Oh, like I am personally not looking up legislation to how black people can fight for reparations in Congress.
Okay, you're not investing your time in
that's not my way for black like I'm like if we're talking about the black progress bubble, everybody's probably not like fighting the same fight. And that's not my intentional way that I'm fighting the black progress like situation. That's some people's thing. And if you got a plan, I'm not even gonna step on it. Like Umar's is like the building the institutions and all that shit. Like some people are on like they black capitalist shit. Like it's a bunch of different ways you can fight that fight. For me, I haven't seen the conversation convince me that I need to fully invest in that because I haven't seen the structure to how exactly they're going to get it. How are you going to get white people to go against their own best interest? And then when you get the money, how are you going to build the institutions and how are those institutions going to overthrow white people? Like I haven't heard those answered inside any realistic way outside of supremacy. Because it's most of it's
so
about
it's about a revolution from white supremacy.
Say it again. Not a revolution.
That's what I'm trying to understand. What the revolution truly is. Is it like a revolution against white supremacy?
We've been told.
Is black people being able to become the upping their standard of where they sit inside the ladder? Typically, it's what I've heard is like black people being the people on top.
In America,
yeah. Like that's what the revolution is.
So
the black revolution.
Okay,
hey chat,
I ain't even going.
Hey chat, we could throw the call-in link in there for a little bit. I think we only at 30 minutes. Tone gonna throw the call in. We also got a lot of comments that we're gonna try and hit.
Hop in there real quick too though.
Okay.
As far as like, because we've been told that like I've had this conversation with the reparations and like I'm kind of with Q. Like I mean, would I take them? Hell yeah. Like as far as like how it's going to get done, that's where it kind of hits the wall. And then like the after reparations plan has been something that like
niggas fight you on that.
It's hit contention.
I want to get my take on that.
It's been met with contention. But one thing I do want to say as far as like revolution, I think one thing we're missing, like even as far as black people in general, is like even in the 60s, there was like a militancy about the revolution.
Yeah, the seriousness,
which I think is missing. And like all this revolution talk, and we just on revolution. There's no revolution if there's no muscle behind it. There's no way to like
go ahead and hit that send tone.
Revolution. It's just like think about the American Revolution.
It's gonna take a second.
What was that?
I mean,
that was a war. Think about the Iranian. There's been revolutions throughout history,
but it was never a comfortable people though.
Right.
See, that's the thing. We're actually it's the convenience. We're everything is so convenient, and we're comfortable. You don't get revolution out of comfort.
That's exactly what I wanted to get to, though. It's too much. We're too complacent for there to be a revolution at the moment. So there is a level where I do understand where, like, Chuckle has said in here that the revolution is reparations. At least there's some, at least they have an agreement there. We don't have an agreement like it overall outside. Like, there isn't really an agreement of what the revolution is amongst the community, except for that.
You said except for the FBA,
where they have their agreement on reparations and they have some type of plan where they're pulling forward. I have to give that to them.
Well, I would give that more to ADOS. I think they have like a more structured plan.
Either
and the
way,
FBA movement kind of like branched off of the ADOS.
Either way, we don't agree on it. That's the whole point. We don't agree on it. So this is the other part. Chuck, who had a comment up here that said, America is entering a phase of austerity and deep budget cuts at the same time that Black fatigue is increasing. This means no reparations, major cuts to Section 8 and welfare reform.
Yep.
So I think there is a revolution coming, but it's way down the road. Because what it's going to take, there will be a revolution, but it's going to be because it's going to be like the remnants of what he's saying right here. Like where he's saying like Black fatigue is increasing. I said this last week. They're not bringing out these terms. These terms don't just pop up out of nowhere. Like we just started hearing about Black fatigue over like the past month or so, maybe like the past 2 months. This became a thing where all of a sudden people is fatigued of Black people. Even though we understand the sentiment, they put a name to it and people attributing that to all Black people. So then when you don't have nobody to answer like when white people, for instance, stop listening to what Black people got to say and they just don't care no more, who listening?
Yeah, definitely ain't gonna be no immigrant. There ain't no group of immigrants that's going. So
nobody's gonna be listening to your complaints. So that's like it's gonna take nobody listening to our complaints and for stuff to get so dark before there's actually a revolution, like a legit revolution. That's my piece.
Okay.
Well, I think
I was wondering, like I know for whatever we also for whatever reason kind of think of it the same way that like the super. I guess the racist people, when you hear the term like Section 8, we think about it affected Black people. But we're not the biggest beneficiary of these government assistance programs. These things are going to affect the white community as well at a very large scale. And so do you think that then pushes the resurgence of the idea of the poor man's march? Is the revolution possible that it's not so race Black based, that it's an American thing?
I don't think. I mean, if we're talking revolutions, like I don't think there's going to be a revolution through like the poor man or grouping all these people together, because there's too many in this. Like with Black people in America, there's going to be too much infight. There's all these separate factions that are going to be warring for each other. I think when you go revolution, like it has to be like the delineation is a start. Like, because you have to separate like the people that want a very specific thing, but then you have to have some kind of force behind that. And a lot of the revolutions I've been looking at, like there's a want to self-govern also. And like if there's no like
it's not going to happen in America.
Yeah,
Black people aren't self-governing themselves in America.
Yeah, that's
not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't believe that's going to like happen. Now there may be, we may go someplace and figure out some kind of other place to get like.
You talking about like all Black people leaving to
sovereignty?
You going somewhere?
That's that word you used to use.
Oh yeah, he used to stand on that shit tough. What was that, like season 2? He was on that shit tough back then.
That's what revolutions are about, though.
Yeah.
I like say it again. I like how you be saying it. Say it again, Johnny.
The sovereignty.
Sovereignty. Oh yeah, the T's.
You say sovereignty. Yeah. Go ahead, Johnny. But get like, that sovereignty shit off.
But like, well, no, like I've seen where it goes though. Like I've gotten the chats where I'm expecting niggas to be real heavy, and like it like you say, it just leads to infighting. And there's no like that road always leads to dead ends when I've seen it. And so unless we're trying to move someplace or do something, I don't see how the revolution in the way that we think of revolutions can happen.
I don't think that. Well, damn, y'all went a couple ways. I'm gonna try and answer maybe 3 different points. Sovereignty. All right, one, revolution. I think that it'd be fun to put on like the Malcolm X tees and shit like that, and like whoever else like your favorite one is. Martin Luther, but Malcolm X, one of his more famous quotes and statements, and I think it's even the name of the speech, is you can't have a revolution without bloodshed. Right? That was his main piece inside. Like during that time when you had like the civil rights movement and everybody was trying to like there was just walking, getting beat over the head, them dogs sicked on them, and like they were showing like we good docile black folk. His main thing was that when you go through the history, and anytime there's been an actual real revolution, you can't have a revolution without bloodshed. And he just went down through history. And even when we look at inside context, the civil rights movement, there's a lot of people that say the civil rights movement actually benefited white women way more than it did white women and immigrants than it did black people.
For sure. Especially
so like if you look
at
at like, was that a revolution? Or did we get, tricked into going along and getting along?
We got caught up a little bit. They caught it was like it'll be okay. And just
they said, well, we're gonna give everybody some good rights that we can give our white women and them immigrants. It's gonna take y'all position socioeconomically. And then we're gonna give y'all some of that low level government assistance that's gonna keep you dependent on us. And
that was the trick bag right there. That was the super trick bag.
Hey, but to add something to that though, like there's no revolution without bloodshed. I think, and we even joked about it earlier. Like,
is checking niggas online bloodshed?
Nah.
Okay.
No. That's the internet.
It's just internet shit.
That's what they call it, Twitter fingers. Yeah, that's Twitter fingers. But I think one of the big things that like when there's no revolution without bloodshed, but one of the biggest things into the revolution is martyrdom, and that's something like you see within the Muslim community, and you see they get a lot of their revolutions are semi-successful, but we see the sacrifices they're willing to make.
Oh yeah, for those, it'd be a new extremist group that pop up,
but they die for it. We
chopping niggas' heads.
What was the name of the guy that Trump was recently talking to from the motherland?
From the motherland?
Yeah,
Africa.
Yeah, what was
wait, you talking about Africa? Oh, you talking about the South African president? Okay.
South African president. What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but yeah, the South African president.
Chukwe, what's his name? Chukwe, right?
Yeah. Chukwe.
I wanted to hear what Chukwe was, because he was on. I think that y'all was trying to get him to come on to talk about.
Oh no, you talking about
Camus?
Yeah, Camus. He did. He came up.
Damn, I missed that part. I really wanted to hear what he had to say about.
He ain't like it.
Yeah, he wasn't the biggest fan. He also thought that the president seemed fairly docile in the face of Trump. Yeah.
Damn, I gotta go back and watch that part.
Yeah, he did get on it.
But but that's one thing. Like niggas, like or black folks, because there's a difference. Shout out.
It's a difference. Hey, that's one of them. I think honestly, bro, I think that would be a beneficial thing. Like if we actually did like.
But then you were cool with like all the white folks calling niggas still. Too.
No. I'm talking about amongst us as a community. The same way, like
they can't say it, but
we can say those white niggas.
I don't refer to
Hey, Johnny get the stuttering and shit.
I didn't even say that. That wasn't even
real quick. Reese got a comment here that said, I was gonna say that Q. Can we even have a violent revolution now with the advancement of weaponry and technology?
Oh nah, because
yes, because like
okay, go ahead.
Look at like I was just about to say, niggas ain't finna sacrifice themselves. But if there was like a little bit of self-sacrifice, we could have. People were willing to sacrifice.
Oh, so you doing like the wishful? So you doing the wishful thinking thing? Where it's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna get all the YNs from Chicago to go.
Yeah, the warrior class, right?
Yeah, the warrior class.
Why you laughing?
but it'd be interesting that no nigga volunteered himself to be a warrior class.
We're saying a revolution is not possible. Like they had the Arab Spring in 2020 where they overthrew multiple governments and dictatorships and stuff.
Do they have different do they live in a different environment? They have a different cultural like upbringing for violence, the creature comforts. Like are you talking about Arab nations that like you can die either way and then they're revolting and having uprisings?
I'm talking about the possibility within the face of nuclear weapons, in the face of modern technology, the internet and stuff. It still happened. I'm talking about how likely.
But we talking about like in America.
How likely is it to happen? Not very.
Talk about the first world countries where it happened.
Yeah.
Recently, I'll get back to you on that. Do a little bit more research.
I'm sitting there. The more I keep listening to this, the more I keep thinking about it.
Hey Tony, you put the call in there, right?
Yeah, I put it in.
Hey, y'all, make sure that y'all hit the call. We probably got about like another 10 minutes left on this. So if you can, make sure that you know, if you have a disagreement that you feel comfortable getting on camera and actually voicing yourselves. We had an episode this past weekend about the chat room warriors. Don't just be a chat room warrior. Don't just be a comment warrior. Feel free to hop in and tell us what we're right, what we're wrong at.
Maybe stand 10 toes on it.
Yeah. And if you like that, turn your camera on. A lot of niggas are scared to turn the camera on and stand on what they say. But that's a different story for a different day.
Animal. Yeah,
that's a different story for a different day. Niggas be putting a little anonymous mask on.
Hey, and I had something to say about y'all. My bad, y'all conversation from
where we fucked up at.
Wednesday. No. I ain't gonna say you fucked up. I think that we also have to understand that, like, for me, another reason why the chat warrior thing doesn't really matter is because a lot of the time the people that say stuff on these different platforms where it's anonymous, they say a lot of shit that they don't even mean.
Oh no, I completely agree with this.
So that's where it really doesn't have any kind of any strength to it, because it's like it's a lot of people just saying whatever.
Let me ask you this: when's the last time you was outside and you seen a nigga call somebody a tether to their face?
I ain't never even.
That's just something you only seen on the internet.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I imagine if you call somebody a tether outside,
he probably
they might not even.
Shit gonna go.
They might not even know what you're talking about. Honestly, they might be confused.
Bro, I was
in a tether. They might not even get offended.
You know something too that I realized.
Mountain climbing.
Is that I realize, like, for real, bro, a lot of the things that we feel, because the algorithm will make us think that the world is like, even with the black fatigue thing, go out and ask people in real life. A lot of people don't know. It's the algorithm got us to the point to where we think that our algorithm is everyone else's algorithm. It's like everybody is getting this information, and no, the fuck they not. Like, most people don't know what the fuck you even talking about.
That's what I was saying on that. That was the building of the entire episode last Wednesday. Where niggas get pushed into extremist groups and be like, just wait, you'll see. Nigga, it's not even enough traction for this shit. You just have an algorithm that keeps feeding you this, so you think that it's bigger than what it is.
No, but I will say, though, to give credence to the FBA movement, that we were hearing that on major news networks, like that. Just hearing the being, you know what I mean? Them saying FBA.
Well, I've heard it like twice. You heard
what I'm saying is that twice is better than motherfucking not hearing it at all.
Yes, it'd be mad like extremist.
You got to start with a step.
Yeah, okay, twice is a lot.
While we on that note, I just want to say what I was about to say before y'all cut me off.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I was saying
tone cam.
Yeah, I was saying, I think like, as far as a revolution, the only one I can see that actually works is through reparations, because everything else everybody is saying is pretty much, it seems like a anti-American sentiment. Like, what does it look like if you have a violent revolution?
I see what you're saying.
Like, when you have a violent revolution and actually win, that restructures everything.
I don't think
we wouldn't win more than, like, if we was to win. But it's like, either way, if whether we win or we lose, it's gonna restructure some things totally different. Because even if we lost that battle and we actually was fighting it, it wouldn't.
I mean, but Tone, let me ask you this:
win is subjective too, because we didn't win against Afghanistan. We didn't win against Vietnam.
Against who?
Afghanistan. Okay. We didn't win that war.
Well, the purpose wasn't to win. The purpose was for something else. The purpose was to build military bases.
But I'm saying, but did those people win, or did we win that war?
Yeah, we won because we got what we wanted out of it. We built military bases out on
they're no longer operational.
But let me go back.
Point, they already done did their job.
I want to hit where Tone was at. So you said that the only way that you see it happening is through reparations, right?
The only thing I see feasible is as far as a plan where somebody's trying to come up with a plan that isn't an anti-American sentiment. Like, this is still like, because.
So what's the plan?
Because in order, like,
he's saying something that would be more like
the sovereignty shit.
No. He's saying like they're not trying to overthrow the country, like this whole idea thing. Like,
that's the sovereignty shit.
Sovereignty means building a small space where you just run it. You don't necessarily have to overthrow America.
Well, I mean, so
but none of that's like not to get bogged down, but in essence, that sounds like what Tone was saying, like something that's not separating a group from America, but would still be within America.
Yeah.
My next question would be, all right, if you do believe that, what's going to make the current iteration of America actually give Black people reparations? What leverage do Black people have? And then how are you going to overcome the fact that right now we are in the anti-affirmative action, anti-equity, anything for any specific group culture? And yeah, again, like, how are you going to do that with more, unless maybe you have like a certain idea of leverage to how to get there?
Okay, so let me clarify. I was responding in response to the conversation that we've been having, so I'm just coming along with this sentiment. So I don't have everything figured out as far as like.
He tried to tell you what is your plan.
What is your plan? I don't have a plan. I literally just came along in the sentiment right there.
No, I got you, but Tone. But to me, this is where. And I'm not like, again, like if you're just moving to think like, damn, like if we're gonna do a reparation, maybe it has to be through reparations. I mean, if we're going to do a revolution, maybe it has to be through reparations.
Because otherwise, I'm just saying the sentiment looks like it would be like what else? What would it look like if we actually did? If we actually was to legit get a group of Black people, like an army of Black people, and we had a revolution that was a violent revolution in order to get everything that we wanted, that we don't even know what we want.
I ain't gonna fraud you. I'm not interested in this whole violent revolution.
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
What about a political?
What about you? Interested?
What about a political revolution?
Are you interested in the bloodshed revolutionary? You gonna go?
I mean, I would like to do it for another route. That wouldn't be like the ideal.
You didn't answer the question though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You going? You with the shits? You.
Just say no, Johnny. All right,
nah.
Come on, bro. Damn, bro.
And the thing is, if you,
but
a lot of the time, I guarantee you, most of the people that be talking so strong about this shit
ain't sacrificing.
Hey, bro, so you gonna bring your kids with you? Like, what are we gonna do?
Hey, listen, I feel like if you over 35 and single, y'all should be the warrior.
Hey, I swear, the warrior.
No,
if you ain't got no kids,
watch how these niggas start pushing back.
No.
Y'all niggas ain't got shit to live for.
We gonna front line y'all motherfuckers. Y'all ain't got nothing.
We gotta be in the back.
For what?
Doing what?
You ain't got nothing to lose.
Man, I got bad knees, bro.
No, we got kids to raise.
Yeah,
all y'all 35 and those niggas, y'all the warrior class. Y'all old ass niggas with no
kids. This shit popping right now, bro. I wouldn't pass the physical.
But so again, I think that if a revolution did come, it will come with planning and it will be financial. But I also don't think white people won't give us anything.
It would be financial,
and you would have to. Like I don't see the reparations route because of I don't think that unless we go a Pan-African route where you can find a way to get leverage, there's a way that Black people in America have leverage to actually make the left and the right have to capitulate to giving reparations. But then forcing them to give reparations at cash.
Hold on, and then like at the capitulate. I'm sorry, I just got. What was that word?
Capitulate. That means like give up or surrender.
And I learned a new one today. I needed to hear that
one. A Black actually articulated that whole thing very nicely when he was going back and forth with Trey about the allies being needed.
Oh yeah.
As far as A Black did a wonderful job. That was one of my favorite, more recent episodes. Because A Black did his thing with that. Shout out to A Black.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you do, the thing is, it's just leverage. Mm-hmm. To get something done, you have to have leverage. You know why? Like the small hats be getting shit done. They got leverage.
Mm-hmm. What's you know what I mean? Is their leverage what financial or
it's that whole little country over there? That's an important piece for them to have and have an ally with. Whether you talk about on the sense of like the global stage of geopolitics, or like how much they invest back into America.
Okay, let's stop there.
We invest.
Hey, hold on, but
we invest a lot of money too.
There are billions. Number one investment.
I think it's
right, but it's because how strategic they are in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. For us,
but let's look at like how they got their leverage. Because like if you go back 100 years ago, there was no leverage that they had. That's something.
But he wasn't there 100 years ago.
But I'm saying so it was a political movement that they did. They didn't necessarily.
They did that. They started that political movement in Europe.
They didn't necessarily get it through violence.
Yes, they did.
They maintained it through violence. Britain gave it to them through a political movement, and they got there and they had to fight everybody else to keep it. But they got granted the land from Britain through a political movement.
But how did that happen? Was that through like a World War I or anything like that?
It was the Balfour Agreement. It was after World War I. But they didn't fight in the war. About? The Jewish people didn't fight in the war.
Bro, the Jewish people were allied. They were in Europe.
they were getting persecuted, and that's why they
they were in Europe, and a part of like them and their bargaining chips with the was that the British people?
But think about after World War II, they didn't have they were getting they didn't have a lot of military.
No, but they had already started transitioning them over there before World War II.
Few of them, yeah. But
it was like the it was early 1900s.
It didn't become a country until after
right. But and all that shit was through war. That was them killing Palestinians.
They weren't killing America people. Used the military to reclaim that section of Israel for them.
Yeah, it was through war and force.
Which is blood, right?
They didn't, but I'm saying they didn't go fight the Arabs first. They used other people's wars, and then they were.
But it was bloodshed that happened to get them.
Yeah, but they didn't die for it. Well, they did,
and I'm sure that it was some fucking Jewish people. And I mean, above anything, if anything, we ain't gonna go kill the algorithm. We ain't gonna kill the algorithm.
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped too. That's why I stopped. I was like, that got dark. That's why I stopped. Let's move on.
Okay.
All right, random. That I just read. Since we was talking about Johnny and the single guys needing to be.
No, let's stop that.
That's a warrior class.
Once we get the single with no kids, we can.
But Johnny, you were just thinking about it. You was like, you see, I had to think about it. We give you more to think about.
Well, if y'all ain't going, I ain't going. Like I need some.
We got kids. We got people that we gotta. You know what I mean? We have to survive for them.
I just hit the reset button too. I was almost a part of that warrior class. I was 2 years away, and I said reset.
18 more years.
That's how quickly you do it.
Hey, I'm arguing for political. I'm trying to get into Congress.
You just throw out a nud. You got another 18.
Another 18.
Get another 18. But what I was gonna say,
find you an Anthony
I recently realized that. Ignorant. I recently realized that remember when we were talking about a red flag, talking about like dating a woman with children. Remember, this was a few, you know what I mean?
Okay.
They were saying that like a woman with children, you wouldn't want to date a woman with kids. You know what I realized? At this age that we at now, it's damn near a red flag not to have kids.
Yeah, I agree. I think after you get past a certain age.
Yeah. I think that it's like
depending.
Niggas be saying this shit about this. No, you don't want a woman with the baby, or you date a woman with a kid, you simping. Like niggas be saying all kind of shit.
That's for like young kids though. That's for like peak kids in their 20s or something like that. I think that if she doesn't have because I do think that there is care that has to be said for especially black women. There's a certain group of black women that just can't have kids.
Right. No.
Especially when we talk about like fibroids and like all that shit.
For sure.
And if you don't have kids non-medically related, I think that's probably a red flag. You in your late 30s.
Yeah, it's a level of selflessness that comes to like really like it takes a level of selflessness to maintain an actual relationship long term.
You got like a good womb. You got like the good womb and
I just think it's better. I think it's better to not assume. Just even the point that you made, it's just better to not assume. Because how do you even ask a woman that, and she don't have to tell you about her womb problems if that's what she has.
But my thing
no. But if you around her long enough, you know how to kind of pick up on it.
Certain shit. Just be like, why wouldn't you feel? What's the the secret of that?
Of what?
Of like
having fibroids and shit,
right? Like the ability to not having the ability, other than because they have.
It's fairly shameful for like women. Like they do wear that heavy. No, like, that's not something that they go out and brag about. No. Oh, maybe you're making a different point.
No. I'm making it's a similar point, but I'm not in an extreme way. You talk about bragging and all that shit. I ain't talking about that
or announcing it or anything like that.
Say it again.
I said like a lot of them because of they're all still trying. And that ends up being like his own thing. I think that
I can see
like even recently, I know of 2 friends right now that I guess it's at 3 now. 3 friends now that have been with their partners and they've had to go alternate routes of conceiving. Yeah, and it's not even just like on a first time basis thing.
Yeah, I wonder
like,
what
this is like its own different thing.
I think honestly, bro, it's crazy because like
and niggas don't talk about that shit until like, all right, we finally made it through. Like we done had like so many different little letdowns and things like,
and that's the part. Sometimes it's like a traumatic thing.
Yeah.
Where like,
I'm glad we had this conversation because that's facts. I didn't think about it in its totality. I was kind of having more of a narrow minded look at it, but
All right, saying all that to say, we putting them 35-year-olds as the new warrior class.
Big facts.
When we got sacrifice
Front
niggas, it's gonna be Johnny.
That's a strategic flaw militarily. Like we old, bro. Like that's the young boys.
Y'all ain't got none of them young boys got something to live for.
No, y'all got the grown man strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've been here long enough to get to the grown man
18
strength.
for a reason, bro. The draft 18 for a reason.
You gotta hit the start camp again. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know, fellas.
Do we got anybody in the call in?
I don't think.
I think they scared of us today.
Yeah.
It was too militant today for them.
That's what it was.
You was too militant. We finna get you scrapped. We get the boots. I got some boots at the crib.
Nah, you already
I got some plates,
bro.
I got some plates.
Tone, hit
the
little red button where it says this off. Down at the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
Fucking up.
So I guess we gonna go
ahead and hold on. I got you. Yeah, go ahead and segue. I'm
moving along.
Yeah, let me get it.
Is it? Oh, I'll go throw out some L's real quick, but I'll go throw some L's out real quick. But we'll wait a few minutes. But yeah. We ain't.
I think it's a good idea that we frontline y'all, bro. I think we should stay there. I think that we should. That should probably be our strategy moving forward.
Man, did you not just hear me talk about political
strategy,
political revolution? We try to go get some judges.
So we not on the bloodshed.
We're trying to get some mayors and some city councilmen, and we're gonna work up from there.
So you bloodshed's off the table for you. You all right?
Not my blood. I mean,
see, that's the bullshit. That's the bullshit right there. Nigga always want to sign somebody else to jump off the cliff on. Sit there and do all that talking. You doing all that talking because you don't consider yourself the warrior class.
No,
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying you, but in general, the niggas who be talking about that warrior class shit, they hype about the movement because they ain't got to be the one getting their ass whooped.
I just spoke about militancy because I was just. It all started with some muscle. Now we could go there. They had the Industrial Revolution too. That's another one. The Internet Revolution. There's other ways to go about revolution, but I was gonna say. A lot of the ones that work, and if we're talking about is it happening, it's probably not gonna happen because we're not militant. So we gotta go That's all I was explaining.
But I think we go.
That's all I was just explaining. So I ain't, don't be signing me up. I ain't going.
Hey, I think Tone kick us with a meme or something. Oh, go through some comments. Actually, let's do that. We got some people in the chat. Shout to the chat. We appreciate y'all.
Bro, I've been trying to read comments the whole time. Y'all ain't.
My bad.
Bro, we ain't shoot last week, bro. Oh no, we shot, but you know what I mean. We wasn't
reading comments last week.
We wasn't in this.
Let me see if I can catch up because we ain't in a certain.
He quit starring them on us, bro. We fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up.
Let's see. Bloodshed revolution is usually for emancipation, but most black folks identify themselves American more than anything, even though we talk shit.
No, that's true. Because like even FBA is on the foundation of.
Yeah, the American
foundational black American.
I think, man, like I said, I think that it will probably be more beneficial for us to, even like I said last week, you know what I mean? Being in the military, it's crazy to come out there and come out the military and then see the flag in certain areas. Like when I go to like rural areas, seeing that flag, that shit make me feel like I gotta make sure I got my, you know what I mean?
See, this is where I wanted to push back on that last week.
Okay, push.
Well, it's not even a bad thing, but it's like there's certain flag, like to me. When I see the Confederate flag, I feel that way.
Yeah, to me, it's like it was. I'm just talking about how I naturally feel. Not that I feel that I should think this way. I'm talking about what my natural, you know what I mean, how it feels naturally.
Yeah, I don't feel that.
And I want to change
the American flag. But when I see the Confederate flag, you out there in the sticks, so you see that one flying. You be
for sure.
Let me get out of here before the sun go down.
Shit, it was the same thing when you see like when them Trump signs going out and like. The deep in the Concord, or deep in the wherever you want to, you know what I mean. But at the same time,
until you see Amigo hop out of the F-150, you be like, oh shit,
you smart than a motherfucker. I start questioning the nigga intellect. Then this motherfucker here.
You be like pissed off till it be Amigo, and you be like, oh that.
Oh yeah, we got A Black on the stage.
Oh what up?
A Black?
Yeah, add the homie up there.
All right. What up, A Black?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What up, brother?
What's going on?
Hey, ain't not much, enjoying these little off days, man.
Facts.
Listening to y'all, man. Y'all got a good convo going.
Appreciate it. What's your thoughts? What did we get right? What did we get wrong?
Nah, I mean, just about your overall topic about I guess the revolution and whatnot. Like you say, the keyboard warrior things. Even I had to kind of like fall back because I mean it was a little fun at first, but then the longer it goes on, it's like, all right, man, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah, outside of getting them jokes off, it's like, all right,
yeah, it's like we gonna do this every day, all day, for real, like,
right.
so yeah, I'm kind of noticing that that's some people's thing, and that's what they get off of, and
that is their revolution.
Yeah, and I ain't really into that, man. That's one of the reasons I left Twitter is, for that kind of energy where it's kind of people who just kind of go back and forth all day. And then when you start asking them like rational questions and, what's the plan? Then now I'm anti-black. Now I'm anti my own foundation of blackness. Now, like,
yeah.
And it's just like constant deflection. And I'm like, nah, like, I'm genuinely asking because I mean, I work with people that have a plan, on different facets from the university level to the grassroots level to the political level. So I know people that are actually doing the things, but just saying, I think Q said it's like, oh, just wait and see. Like that really be their vibe. Like, yo, just wait and see. You go see. And like, okay, even if I wait and see and this magical thing happens, like, I mean, I still benefit from it. I'm still lineage or whatever however y'all want to define it. No matter how it goes, but it's just like, what are y'all doing? And then people act like, I guess you talking down to them. And I'm like, what in Charlotte, because most of us are in Charlotte from the show. I'm like, well, what are we doing? And we've been on this show for nearly a year that you can point out in your community to, raise awareness, to help something. Like, we just not about to get no reparations from tweeting or from
just being on the internet. We ain't just gonna give
and I want y'all to know right now that y'all is completely off code.
Oh, I just
want to make sure y'all know
the codes. That's group thing.
Who is y'all?
Yeah,
y'all.
Like,
only person I don't think that been off code is Tone.
Oh, Tone. He the only one.
What about you? You been on code?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm
glad you had brainwashing.
They ain't called me out yet.
I pray all my niggas don't subscribe to brainwashing.
They ain't called me out yet. I'm good for right now.
And then you got guys that's like, they seem like they more anti-Africa than anti-white and
white supremacy.
Like,
that's one of the main issues to me is that if you just did like a pie graph and you did a pie graph of how much they talk about and weirdly how much they know about Africa, and then like what they're doing against white supremacy is wild. It's like a 3% to 97% almost. Like, why do you know the whole history of the Igbo and Yoruba beef and like all these different little tribes, but like you hate Africans? It just seems like a weird little thing.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like I'm not one that be out here like Africa or nowhere is some utopia. Like I accept constructive criticism for all sides, for our culture, our toxic culture, for their corruption and their lack of control of resources. Like we can have constructive criticism, but
for sure,
you got a lot of stuff that's just rooted in. I say self-hate, but instead of like I'm gonna be anti-black, it's easier for me to express my self-hate as being anti-African. When it's like, bro, we the same. Like we aren't the same, like culturally, our accents and different things, but go inside our bodies, inside our DNA, inside what we can't. We're all the same, man. We just in different parts of the world, and it's ridiculous that like people can't walk and chew gum at the same time. That we can't focus on uplifting Black people in America, but realizing our strength in making connections with Africa, with Brazil, with all the other Black populations around the world, and leveraging that. They have no reason to give us nothing, man. Like I say, and why would they? It's
we're not trying to bash
they don't see that.
This wasn't a bash FBA conversation.
Well, I don't think that we were bashing them.
And I'm not.
It's been a pretty intense critique.
I'm FBA, like technically. I'm not organizationally FBA or internet FBA, but literally
By lineage.
FBA, I'm that. Like I'm
but I also it'd be wild that it'd be wild to hear some of their weird asterisks that they'll put. Like sometimes you do have to be a descendant of slaves, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you also have to announce the percentage that other people are of FBA. So like if you make it past half FBA, you're supposed to announce that person's percentage over and over. Like he's a third FBA. He's a quarter FBA.
But is it lineage? Is it? I thought. What is it?
I don't know. They said that like.
What is the percentage mean if it's lineage based?
That's a great thing.
And they really don't want to get into that percentage thing because a lot of them go be mad when they find out they got a lot of European up in them.
Yeah, no, I realized I had because my last name there was because y'all know I have a unique last name.
Fucker, what is it?
Hey, that's what they call. Yeah. But I swear to God, they called me that in the military.
Hey, do you know what I heard? I heard 97% of last names that end in ER are German ancestry.
Well, I know I seen a goddamn YouTube. I'm in a Facebook group years ago. They invited me. It was my last names. Mm-hmm. Everybody on that motherfucker was white.
Big white boys.
Everybody. I only know one other person with my last name, and he went to college. He went to Livingstone to play football. Okay. But yeah, other than that, nigga, I looked on that.
He's a football player.
I ain't really know too many.
What was that? When you say white. Yeah, that's what that shit was.
Yeah. All right, hey Black, leave us with some closing thoughts.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, man, I feel like I really would like to get them an effective plan. One thing they like to talk about is, basically like we better than every other Black population. We got more economic power, which we do, and I would like to see us pull together our economic power behind some type of resource. Like I like what the president in Burkina Faso did, he basically got everybody in the country to donate $10 to create this huge tomato plant to become their own producers and exporters of tomatoes. And like they already made like a return on it. So it sounds like something simple, like tomatoes, but when you think about it, we eat it in almost everything. It's like, why can't Black Americans like get behind some type of resource, whether even if it's a digital coin or something, and we all raise our money behind it and create some type of leverage. Like we seen during the election that when niggas want to raise money, they can raise millions. And that's that's only a small
But doesn't something like that require a leader? Do you or do you believe so? Not let's make it a question complete. Like, do you believe that a movement that will be a movement, especially when you talking about something financial like that, that's a great idea. We've seen it actually work for people who look like us as well. So that does also, at least once you being able to see it, then it makes it feel more attainable. Do you think that a movement like that though requires a leader?
I think partially does, like a real plan. People want to see the numbers, but also a leader
somebody to hold accountable.
A leader that's incorruptible. One thing about why they're having so much success in Burkina is, he's proven to be like, I'm not going to be corrupted by outside forces. I'm going to do this our way, my way. You're not going to come in our country. And, he's met with Russia and different things. So you're going to have some type of allies eventually. But everything is like still maintaining your full control. And I think in our community, we keep seeing why we have so much distrust in our leaders is, we have somebody and, they get caught cheating, or they get caught doing drugs, they get caught embezzling money, or they always kind of getting caught doing some shit. It's like you got to have somebody that's just incorruptible and that people will follow their plan. And I think we can do it. But, when we get somebody, they start throwing the fame, throwing the money, throwing the girls, throwing those things at them. And if you can have somebody that just like can say no to all of that, we can have us a leader for real. But it's tough these days.
Yeah, I dig it. We appreciate you, A Black.
It's dope to see A Black not tired.
Oh
Yeah.
Midday A
Yeah,
Black.
midday A Black. I ain't never seen a goddamn fully awake A Black.
Hey man,
Man, that man woke up from a nap and went on a walk the whole
Yeah,
time.
he did.
He went from being on a nap to a walk, bro.
y'all be in me in the middle of the week, man. Hump day, nigga be going through it.
At 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
I know it.
All of us be going through it though. It be rough.
Yeah.
Man.
I appreciate it, A Black.
Appreciate
All right,
it,
brother.
brother.
Listening, y'all do your thing.
Yes, sir.
All right, bet.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like what he was saying, where like that was an example of a very easy, low barrier of entry plan that you can build off of. The dude with like, I don't think that most black people will have a problem giving $10 in mass to something that has a face and has an intentional thing that they're doing.
But the thing that goes viral is, why would y'all be giving y'all? They gonna shoot it down anyway. Niggas, the next viral thing would be niggas talking about how they gonna steal the money.
It would have to get off the ground, but if it did, I think
if it got off the ground, it'd be good. But I feel like we would literally tear it to pieces.
But that's all right. So I'm gonna do like a quick story that will lead to this exact same point, right? Mm-hmm. So let me see how I can kind of make it as anonymous as possible. All right, well, I'll just say it like this. So I've been on both sides of, let's say, AAU basketball, right? I've been on like the program director side, and I've been on the parent side, right? And there's a certain dissonance of understanding when it becomes when it comes down to the two, right? Parents always gonna ask where the money at. Oh, not where the money at. Where's the money going?
Okay.
On the program side, you're gonna be like, we ain't got enough money, right? And the dissonance is that parents don't know how much it costs to run a program and how much all the shit costs that we be doing, or teams and programs be doing, right? But you know how you cut the tension and find a solution? It's transparency.
Yes.
Because of is actually an answer to it.
Facts.
And like recently I was in like, because I've been on both sides, so I kind of explained both sides to both people. But like I understood the issue on both sides. And like it was I was inside a situation where parents was asking like, hey, we just paid this amount and we fundraising. Where the hell the money at?
Yeah. Like
you still want us to go do this, that, and the third. Where the money at? And that's a reasonable question.
Yeah. I get it.
And then on the other side, you know what I mean? The program director hit me like, bro, like they tripping, we done spent it. They don't know that.
Right. And it should be easy. They should be able to access that information whenever. Right. And that's what makes, I understand the point that you're making. That was a great point. That was a great point. And a great story.
I mean, on a large scale, you could do that for the American government. Like
yeah. That's literally what I guess that's assumingly what Doge was supposed to be doing.
In
theory. In theory, that's what they were supposed to be doing. Was it was supposed to be so transparent.
It sounded good.
It did sound good. Yeah. It sounded like a great idea. Honestly.
Yeah.
Until you know who's doing it.
Yeah. We got that South African in there fucking shit up.
That's why he.
And you know the crazy thing?
Yes, you didn't.
But you know, no.
That's a 1-on-1.
The crazy thing is, I listened to Elon's dad. On Vlad TV, he did an interview and he talked about some Africans running up in his house. He had to kill one. He told the whole story. Black Africans ran in and was trying to do, and he had to kill one of the boys. He had to kill one of the guys. And it like he literally told the story. You know what I mean? That whole story, and then to see them doing what they doing now, was like, what the fuck? That's crazy that he literally told that story, and then now Elon is going. You know what I mean?
He getting
the lick back.
I watched the documentary about them Connors.
Lick back.
My nigga getting the lick back.
I watched the documentary about them Connors this week.
Them Connors. Okay.
Hard R.
That's what they call it.
He got a hard R them boys.
Connors, bro.
He got a hard R them boys. But they be going through it over there. I was like, oh shit. Like, them motherfuckers be like, I'm talking about no running water and shit. Like, it's a group of them that like.
Well, you talking about the brother Poe Whites over there?
Yeah,
It's
some
they do
bad.
have a good group of powerful.
It was
yeah. They actually got like a little
they
town
also
or
got their own
something.
Pretoria. It's Pretoria where the whites are at. But this was in Joburg.
With who?
The Connors or it's all white town.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it different that time.
Pretoria.
Who white?
Oh yeah,
Connors.
I watch Family Guy growing up. It fucked me up. But they was talking about like the rich people on the other side of the lake, and they was like they party and stuff, and they don't do this. And then they walked over there, and it was black people. And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Tarji, I would say.
Oh, you saying that? I'm sorry, real quick. You saying that the white people was saying that they was partying over there and they got money over there, and it was black people that had the money. Yeah, that I can only imagine what that looks like and feels like as a Connor. Having to watch these.
You got to enunciate that K. Connor.
That's crazy.
It blew my mind.
Imagine how that feels.
It was a black dude over there. He was from Britain. He was like interviewing everybody, and then like he walked over. He was like, "Damn, I never would have thought they were talking about black people over here." But it was very interesting to see. But there are a whole bunch of poor black people over there too.
Oh, for sure.
Gotcha. So Tara, I think that it can be assumed that they can be closely related. I imagine there's nobody that disagrees with the fact that there is real genocide going on around the world, and even more so on the continent of Africa. At way more, even if you want to believe that there are some South Afrikaners that are getting persecuted for the land and their farmland and things like that, documented, like it's not a big mass amount of white people dying, to be honest. And if you just go up a little bit, you go to the Congo, you can go to a bunch of different African countries with dense resources that there is actual genocide happening. And the fact that Elon is a right-hand man to Trump has been, he's in his ear, him being from South Africa. And then the fact that Trump is intentionally bringing this specific group that I don't think that in a technical sense are going through a genocide and saying that a genocide is happening. I think that it's an easy correlation to make. We could be off base, but it's very, very easy to make the correlation that there's a South African guy that helped and donated the most money to Trump's campaign, has been put in a position of power within Trump's campaign, and is also helping out his homeland, that, he's getting in the immigrants and people that are being persecuted from his homeland.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was listening to NPR, and there was like literally the people that were over there. They were shocked to hear that people even say that they were like persecuting them.
Yeah,
like
they
was like
a genocide. Yeah,
it was like what? What are y'all even talking about? We don't even know. But there was one story though that happened. Something happened back in 2020.
Yeah,
there was one story that they said that they had heard of that, so like they knew that that what he was talking about. But it was like, that was just an incident, like that happened, but it wasn't like something that's bad.
It's not a genocide.
That's what the South African president said. Said there is criminality in our country, but that doesn't equate to genocide. And one thing those Connors were saying, they were Afrikaners.
Now you can keep going.
You
keep going.
But
I was trying to be political.
Hell, they was calling them Connors.
Go ahead. But they did on the news. They had a
but what they were saying though is like he was interviewing them, and they was like, well, our fathers and our grandfathers were kind of fucked up to these people. Like what we're going through, they
was a different version of like American Jim Crow and what was that called?
Apartheid. Oh yeah.
I mean, this was like, 30, 40 years ago.
Apartheid
this
just ended
30,
in the 90s.
40 years ago. I'm like, it ain't even that long ago.
Mandela got released in 91,
and
then I think he became president in 95, and that's when it officially ended. But like we were alive. It's not like something that's like
it's alive like a motherfucker.
So who said, why can't the Afrikaners go to their
go back to Europe?
Island homeland though. I gotta say,
that's the Dutch, right? Yeah,
the Dutch. They were talking about kiss the boy or something over there. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know.
Kiss the boy.
I ain't interested.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
All right, so I'm landed with the point. I think we had a really good conversation. Shout out A Black for calling in.
You want to go see if you got any?
Comments you got a couple comments.
Boy, that went an hour and a half.
Okay, well, we tapped out on it then. That's cool. Shout out to the guys. It looked like we got another active person, and it was Dove.
Dave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got a little beef going on in here.
Okay, I like it.
Down be it, Dave Suki.
We are all for the chat room beefs. We're gonna highlight in a little bit. We're gonna let y'all know.
We're just talking about.
We're gonna let y'all know who we think won. Yeah. We gonna continue reading as y'all doing it. We'll let y'all know who we think won the beef. But with that said, I guess it's time for me to take another W.
So y'all are beneath me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they turned up.
Bro,
they gotta be turned.
Yeah.
Whoever said that, my money on them. My money on them.
Y'all ready?
Get y'all ass up out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, Q.
Yeah, I'm out.
Get your ass up out of here.
Damn it.
Man, I'm back, bro. I'm back. I'm so back. We so back. Matter of fact, you know where you going.
Oh, I thought he was about to be nice. You know what? I'll be nice and let
I was
you go
about to, but I changed my mind.
I'll give you permission today to go.
I'll let Q go first.
like
and I'll be second.
Put me third and then put him
Yeah,
last.
Nigga, you don't get no memes.
Bruh, Johnny is the one in charge. You're not even in charge right now.
This motherfucker get a camera and want to start acting like he got them somebody now.
I done had memes every week.
Man, no, fuck your memes.
Bro, see, the thing is, my presence felt even
Hey,
without
real.
the camera.
Hey, real. You know what you could do though?
What's that?
You win.
What's up? What's up?
I'm talking about that's over.
It's over. You already lost. He gonna try to take my spot.
Trying to squabble up.
I'm third today, bro. You in last
That
place.
nigga running from a squabble and shit.
You in last place. Don't try to change it up. You in last place.
I always knew you was slight hoish.
Get up, lose your spot.
He ran from it.
He ran from a squabble.
Hey, you just last place, bro. Don't worry about it.
Just run from a squabble.
Shout out LTO.
Shout out
She
LTO.
threw some fun things for me to look at on
What up,
Friday.
LTO?
Yeah. Oh damn! I'm gonna respond back to you on Discord. Shout out, that's the homie.
See, y'all rude right now because y'all only responding to the white people in the chat. Don't worry, chat. I'm gonna
That
call
was
them
Johnny.
out.
Who else?
I'm gonna call them. Everybody who y'all done commented.
Oh, Dave White.
I can't tell.
Yep,
Oh, he is?
Dave is. That's what they in here talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Cajuns. They done pulled up. Ain't nothing wrong with the Cajuns.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? As long as it's like, you know, they're being fair and equitable.
Oh man.
Let's start
And
off
as long as
with
they agree with DEI.
I don't give a damn about that.
Damn, I got an interesting DEI take. Oh, damn, is it somewhere I can throw it? Maybe I'll skip
No, we got to
for
make
it.
sure to get that other one.
Yeah,
there.
that's
We
what
gotta
you
get
talked
that.
about earlier.
Okay,
we gotta get that in.
I say let's start the
Pause.
middle one. This is Cam. He was on here before. Shout out to the guys that's pulled up on the podcast. So we could push.
Oh, this is the rap joint.
Top middle.
He was murdering shit on this job.
Oh, you heard this?
Yeah, I seen it this earlier today.
Listen, I'm a master at just rapping and such. Pass me a bellow or pass me a Dutch. I'm a roll and pass you a blunt. Nigga, you know I roll faster than an African blunt. Niggas don't even smoke and they say that they had to hit one. Yeah. This is true rap music and niggas that act stupid get their crew smacked toothless. Ruthless, and I ain't gotta prove shit, cause that just speaks louder than the two you do it. I smoke a bunch of weed. Every day come to me and help my thoughts running like they want to go Justice League.
This nigga off the dome.
You can hit the rest of it for having blood in it. Chubb never sip, liquor going hella quick. Just for that we still take more for the hell of it. Pound on me, but I ain't selling shit. Roll another L, take 7 to 11 hits, 7 to 11 more licks, think you hella sick. My thoughts quick, think they heavens it. Niggas sound devilish like half a ball big and some yellow shit. I'm sure I get several.
Yeah. We like that. Shout out to it.
Hey, like
Hey, this level to that shit,
Hey,
bro.
like that,
Some
like
niggas
that.
Y'all ready?
can rap and
So
some
that
niggas
was
just
like a half boiled
Speaking
egg and some yellow shit.
Speaking of freestyle, Will Smith dropped one of the worst
Bro.
freestyles
Oh
of all
no.
time. Top 3 worst freestyles of all time.
Damn.
Man said,
Did anybody got it? You ain't got it on?
Yeah, I don't got it.
Where's Super? Go to Super Ray, bro. Super Ray.
"Oh yeah, I'll send it to you."
Send
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Top,
I seen a little piece. I seen a
yeah,
little piece
that's
of it.
the worst.
We'll react to it on Johnny's Jones. That's good. I will say Russ did just have a solid LA league because I watched it on Fridays. Whenever I got free Fridays, I'm gonna try and do that. Just sit online and y'all send me some shit and just bullshit. It was a fun little experience. I am kind of, like I said, I'm kind of raw dogging these memes. I ain't really looked over them, but I do remember I did just send in my dog at the top left, Grits and Eggs podcast. Yeah,
final frontier for us in this community. We have a host of issues. We have a host of issues, but our biggest issue is this perceived gender war, because it divides us in half. It literally splits us right down the middle. Black men, the qualities that you have that will make you a success in the street, a success in athletics, will also make you a success in education. But we have to get it quick. And I get it. Women ain't gonna fuck with us if we don't got the money. If you put the phone down, all your information, first of all, let's just be honest about this. All of the information you're receiving from the world via the internet is being pushed to you through an algorithm, not the natural path of things. Your mentality is not the same mentality as mine, because I got my experience in the world with actual people. So I know the shit that you're saying just isn't true. And if a girl your age is trying to tell you to get money and do all these things, she's receiving the same information as you. You're both being lied to. And you're both believing in the lie. And the lie is being reinforced by the music, and the lie is being reinforced by the algorithm. This phenomenon of women only seeking men for money is a very new concept. My parents was married. My dad was broke.
Damn.
How many? First of all, what's up with this black community that we've had to overcome all this financial poverty, but we only will get with men if they got money? That doesn't make sense, nigga. How were you born? If we've always been financially in this country in last place, but our women will only fuck with niggas who got money, how are any of us here? How? Does that make sense?
He probably go for like another minute, but
it just doesn't make sense.
That's the dog. I like him. He brings some really valid points in my opinion. I'll talk to y'all. Get y'all reaction.
So you want to go first?
You know.
Yeah, I agree. Anytime, if you've actually, and this is something that, well, yeah, I'll just say it. If you've actually talked to women in real life, oftentimes they're never saying the shit that these women online are saying. Weird thing. Like their responses, and that's something that I'm learning a lot, that I've been learning more of, because I'm being more open to talk to people more. You know what I mean? I've been more open to talk to people. So, and I intentionally bring up these, you know what I mean, real conversations. That's the only thing I know how to talk about. You know, it's like that's the only thing I know. I don't know shit about sports. I don't watch TV. I don't know nothing about these little icebreaker conversation bullshits. I don't know nothing about it. So it's always like a more serious conversation. And they literally never answer shit the way that these people answer.
Oh yeah.
So it what everything that he's saying seems to be true, but
it's a big difference between real life and the internet.
For sure, but
niggas been too many.
Real quick, let me just finish real quick. The thing is that you need to be able to distinguish entertainment from real life. That's the thing. The phone, this shit is. We're looking at all this shit. This is entertaining. Don't look at it like the real world. That's what's fucking up the hip hop.
And I'm gonna throw right to you. I was literally on live on Friday, in which somebody was like, "Yeah, it was something along the lines of like judging like black people or like relationship dynamics off balloon pop," and I'm like, bro. Why would we do that? Yeah, like none of that shit is real. Like this is even if like they're in there really making decisions,
it's a game show.
It's a game show, and like these aren't how real people actually judge. Like
choose
partners. Like, most of this is performative,
right?
And like that's the weird part to it, Johnny.
That's why I don't even like the show, because it's like it's
entertaining. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it sometime.
It's funny, but
I watch a little short clips.
Serious.
I know it's on Netflix.
I don't take it serious.
The Netflix one ain't the one.
But
if you go to the regular one, the regular like it's entertainment. It'd be
funny. It's funny.
Oh, I thought that. So the one with the black girl who hosts, that's not the one that made Netflix.
No, they've changed. Like you got
Oh, the show is just different. Is what you're saying?
It's a different host, a different setup, a different.
They done Hollywooderized.
Yeah, they Hollywooderized.
Hollywooderized.
Yeah. So like the one that you still want is still coming on YouTube.
Okay. That's crazy. Y'all go just get the idea and then just get. Why y'all get that black woman her check?
Yeah, in which I think that maybe she got some producing credit on it because she was a part of like the intro.
Oh yeah, it's on the thing. They were who started the show works in the background.
Yeah.
But I think they name just attached to the show so they can get.
Well, if they were smart, they would have just literally
they should have
uploaded that on YouTube and YouTube would have went up.
They never
not YouTube. Netflix. Netflix would have went up if they had just put it on Netflix. They didn't understand that. They think you got to have a star.
They Netflixed it. They Netflixed.
Yeah, they Netflixed.
That's just stupid, bro. There's always that disconnect between culture and like.
But what I was gonna say though is he talking about like men and the money and all of that and women. It's too many like homosexual and homeless sexuals out here for like that to be true in like real life. It's a lot of women that like it's a lot of dudes who got no money. But still,
be like, oh yeah, that nigga look like he get bitches. We all,
but they ain't hurting. They got.
And then you know a nigga that look like he got to pay money for it.
Yeah, so I mean, it ain't. But I'm saying, even if you like broke, there's dudes that's broke that's still out here getting to it just because they.
But if you broke, ugly, and corny, then you probably not.
Oh yeah.
That's the trifecta.
you got
to have trifecta.
All right. I guess right now this probably could lead us into a quick little tidbit. Maybe I can sacrifice the rest of my time just to hit this right here. This whole concept of like, do men really actually do men like women? And I'll give you a basis of where it came from, and we can kind of like unpack and expand this a little bit. This would be like my secondary like callback to what was it, the weekend. I missed last week. My son, he had a tournament in Dallas or whatnot. And damn, thinking about it,
Cliff.
Yeah, I think probably next week. Unless I do like a call-in version, well, I'll probably be on a roll. I might not make next week, but we was in Dallas and I was in an Airbnb. It was me, my mom. It was like three other families. In which like I ended up being with like a decent little collection of mainly women, right? And like just out there, and again, like it was women in the sense of like as platonic as it could be, and we just like all just out there just shooting the shit and talking shit. Niggas up to about 4 o'clock.
Was the age group around the same age?
Yeah, because we all got kids on the same team, so it's like maybe the biggest gap might be like 3 or 4 or something like that years or so. But generally speaking, I think that the moms that was out there were close to the same age. And again, like we were just sitting out there shooting the shit, and like I said, up to about like 4 a.m. just talking shit. And I really enjoyed myself. Like the conversation, the wit, like it's just like it's a different. And I've been saying this like. There was a time where I personally didn't think that like, I could be just friends with women and it just be its own thing, right? I think maybe that might have been a season 1 take that I was
about to say.
Hold on, I want to see where we're gonna go with that.
This might have been season 2 or 3.
Yeah, this was.
No, I don't think mine was season 2 or 3. But I know season 1 for sure.
Hold on, let him land this.
No, I'm saying that was my topic because I could be friends. Y'all didn't.
Oh yeah. But no. But like as time has gone on, and I've had like different versions of female friendships, and just like growing older and taking away some old versions of thinking. Like to me, there's a bunch of value that I have in female opinions, and that I don't have to be interested in fucking. Like I've recently heard somebody say like there's no reason why you should have female friends of any sort to whatever. And again, to me, I think that it's just like it's different. But I do see value in like whether it's hanging out with, kicking, talking, whatever.
Advice.
I ain't really went the advice route, but like none of that. Like there is like its own interesting like space where I think on the flip side, a lot of guys don't really enjoy being around women, or not being around women. Well, no, I don't think that they really enjoy women. I guess this would be where because I did a lot of the affirmative. Like when I sit and have conversations with some guys, a lot of guys, and this is a piece of like also going into like an after show as well. That was a part of where this is branching off from. But I think that when I hear a lot of guys talk, they like fucking women, but they don't necessarily like women. Like they don't want to like sit around and have conversations with women. They don't enjoy women wit. They don't enjoy like, you know, like all the different little parts of the pie. Like you just want to fuck them. And like if you want them to do things for you inside like the relationship space in which like maybe y'all kind of balance each other out. But if you just had to be around them, you'll probably tap out. You probably
I was about
rather
to say,
do something.
A lot of times when I hear men say they don't think they can be friends with women or anything like that, it's usually a result of they don't see any value in women besides
popping
sex. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give pushback to what Tone just said. For the thing is that I understand. I do believe that you should be able to have cool with your homeboys, old ladies. But as far as like having a singular friend that's separate from your old, like anybody, you see what I'm saying? That's like completely separate from any other relationship that you have, and you just have this relationship over here
like
with
a coworker.
Yeah, whatever, co-worker, however you want to, whatever. I don't believe that that's healthy for your relationship. And the thing is, the pushback that I'm gonna give for Tone is that is the very reason, because I actually like women, is the very reason why I don't put myself around them like that.
Well, but
because I understand how.
But I think
like
that's different.
You
even the way that you just said, like, I think that you're using it inside a different connotation.
No.
Like,
so I'm talking about enjoy. Let's take like out and say enjoy, right?
Right. But if you can enjoy somebody but remove attraction from it, then it shouldn't really make a difference.
I think that on the surface, like the answer is or should be yes, you can have those relationships.
The answer is yes.
No, you should be able to. I think that it becomes, well, what I learned is not to fuck with it.
The answer that really what it comes down to is like, should you be friends with the woman that you're attracted to, and while you're in a relationship? I highly don't think.
But see, the thing is that also, do you do understand?
But different. It's like you can think somebody looks good, but then you could be like, I want to fuck this.
Yeah,
like,
that's a different story.
The thing is that, but not being attracted to someone can then all it takes is time. Attraction can develop based on the relationship. Bro, you can't sit here and tell me that you've not been. There's been a girl that you've not been attracted to, and you were in her and she was cool enough, and then you were in her presence long enough to where you started to actually become attracted to her.
But if you're in a relationship or you're something like you, that's discipline keeps it from going there.
But what I'm trying, it's so crazy.
I'm not beyond what you're saying. I'm hearing what you're saying.
What I'm saying, I think that to think that you have this level of discipline that you've never had to actually exemplify and actually live for a long period of time, to think that you have this thing that you have never ever proven to yourself that you have, and have the level of confidence that you sit here talking to me with is insane to me.
Bro, I've been friends with women
I was about to say, I have
years
that to myself.
What I'm talking about,
and these are
you being in a relationship, you've been in a relationship long term with the same woman and having these relationships outside of your relationship completely.
I've been in multiple relationships with some of my women friends. I've gone in and out of relationships, and it still never was anything. We'd hang out, we'd talk about the relationship, we do everything, but it's still not a track. Like so it's not. But it's not because she's ugly, or it's just our relationship just isn't that. There's been women that we know it won't work as relationship. We've dated, didn't do nothing, like this ain't gonna work, and then we can still be friends. Like there's multiple different versions of being friends with women, and
I agree.
And,
right,
and like to say I can't be friends because I like her too much. That's just about the sex. You think eventually it's gonna lead to sex?
No. What I'm saying is even if it just eventually lands itself into a disagreement with your old lady, it's unnecessary. It's something that you're putting in your relationship that is unnecessary to where it can cause problem. Whether you sleep with it ain't got to be sex. It's just that in order to, because it depends on what kind of friendship. Baby, a lot of times we call things friendships that aren't really friendships. It's just somebody that you just know.
Actual friendship though. Like I've been with like my woman, like your lady know the girl. Like it ain't no like pressure.
And I think that's the key. Your girl should know, like especially this
like it's a hidden friendship.
That's where it's suspicious, but
deceitful.
Like, you need to be right there in the face. Like I'm like, there is decorum on how you should carry yourself within these relationships. Like especially you got a relationship and you got a friend girl. Like there is a way to carry yourself.
To where it's respectful to your relationship. Also.
I'm not saying impossible. Right? We that's one of those extremes. This is that Johnny shit. Going from one extreme to the other. I'm not saying that there is not exceptions to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's not a person that exists that can have a friendship, a platonic friendship, or you know what I mean, and have I'm not saying that doesn't exist. What I'm saying is that what I've seen, you know what I mean, from what I've seen, not even just in my own relationship, but the people around me that I've seen have these long-term relationships. These things are problems, and these things have become problems. I've seen it over and over and over again.
Right. But
so maybe you are the exception to the rule.
But hold on, let's slow down and walk.
There are other things that are a problem other than
right. And right here, we don't have to necessarily like name people.
Oh no, I'm not naming anybody.
Of course, I'm just trying to set the barrier to where we can, just have the conversation, and I can ask it without anybody in the audience feeling offended.
Okay,
this is like but. With that said, inside the statement that you're saying, in them having female friends that become an issue, do these guys, are they attracted to the female friends, and do they what is their relationship with women? Are they typically around women and tend to want to fuck women when they're around them?
I mean, you asking the questions that you're asking are a little more in depth than necessarily my relationship may be with certain individuals. So it may not be. The question is that's a really how I want to say, that's a real interpersonal relationship that I may not have with it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't know the answer is like, oh, do he think every woman is a sex thing,
right?
I don't know if nigga think like that. You know what I mean? So I can't answer your question with an actual, because I can easily say no, but I can tell you this, that it's not coming
and I'm
from
just
a place
saying like if this is homeboy
sincerity, huh?
We know. Through discourse with a lot of our friend guys, certain guys they hunters, they just out here hunting, and then some guys for example, Tone to be an example, Tone is somebody that I've known for years that just have platonic friendships with women, and that goes all the way back to high school.
Can I throw my boy under the bus?
I was gonna say that.
Go ahead, because he's not lying though. This has been literally all through high school. Me and Quintel knew each other. Yeah, all through high school, I've always had
10th grade
platonic friendships with women, and even through college, I didn't just have women friends. There are plenty of women I ain't mess with. That was just friends.
Okay.
And the women I like, I go for them.
Well, what I'll say is, the one thing, we see this on social media, right, where you'll see the guy, which we do know social media is entertainment, but this is something that I quite honestly do believe, where they'll have the female call her friend guy on the phone, right, and to see if they plant that seed, will buddy take the bait, right? What I'll say is,
that's entrapment, though. That's not fair.
Well, no, I think that's a nigga. That's also a nigga that's friend zoned. That's different. I think a nigga that's friend zoned and somebody that's just attempting to be friends, and that's where I think there is a difference.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is that they're in the most perfect way. You're right. In the most perfect scenario, I absolutely believe that it should be able to happen in the way you're saying it, and I believe that it does happen in the way you're saying. But when we talk about from what I believe and what I've seen and what most women that I've talked to actually believe, what you'll see is that women will say that they think that men and women should be able to have platonic relationships, but generally that is because they benefit from men being around.
In real, to go where you're at, because I understand where you're landing at.
Okay,
it sounds good, but it's not reality. I don't even necessarily disagree with the point. That's the point of my question or my statement, is that I think that there is if you actually enjoy just women, like the women perspective, and not necessarily I enjoy women, because those are two different things.
Okay,
being around women and shit like that, there's a different to it. No, I think most guys enjoy being around women because of the eventual outcome.
Not even if it's gonna be, even if you just.
But that's literally gotta be. But that's the same thing that you're saying. That's so you're disagreeing with the thing that your entire point builds.
Let me ask you this: Do you think that people accidentally cheat, or do you think that they intentionally cheat anytime that they do?
I think the act of cheating is always intentional. I think you find yourself in situations where it's harder to say. So this is nobody have sex on accident. It's always
no. So this is what, and I 100% agree.
My answer would be, because you asked what. I think that more times than not, people are intentionally cheating.
No. What I'm saying is that do you think that it's possible to accidentally cheat? That's
well,
my
the word
question.
possible.
Okay, that's my
like,
question. Do you think that it's possible that you could accidentally cheat? That people have accidentally cheated?
All right, so but also real, understand. Like that becomes extreme when you're saying possible. I think that anything is possible,
and it's subjective. Because like what are you saying?
So I would say yes, it's possible. So for sure. I think usually people cheat intentionally.
So this is the point that I'll make. The reason for me even saying that, and I agree, it wasn't extreme. The point of me saying that is that, like I've said previously, the way that you can prevent cheating is to never put yourself. To have confidence in something that you've never done in your life,
bro. So you saying niggas can't turn down pussy?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you've never been in a relationship for this extended period of time, being with one person for this long period of time and the longest period of time that you've ever went is, let's say 3-4 years. Let's say 3 years. The longest time you've ever slept with one person in your entire life is 3 years. So to think that you can go from today until you fucking die, and you got all of this confidence in the world, to think, I don't know how the fuck did you get it? Where's this confidence coming from? You've never done anything close to this.
Wait. Hey, somebody put a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear us.
Oh, damn.
Well, he said he can't hear us, but
I think it was just for a second. I know what happened.
Okay. Yeah, chat.
Somebody
respond to. We got 15 in there. If y'all can, just let us know if y'all can hear us. Well, yeah, it looked like we good, but
okay.
Yes. All right. She said it's fixing this side. All right. Perfect.
Yeah. But I'm gonna just make that statement one more time. I'm gonna get his ass
together. Hold on. Tenure, what I'm saying,
to have such confidence that you're gonna say that
I've never cheated outside of college.
So, and what was your longest relationship?
2 years.
So 2 years. So you have a confidence to say, oh, because it sounds really easy, or you just don't cheat. But you've only been with one woman for 2 years. Now we talking about from now into the rest of your motherfucking life, and to have this much confidence.
But if I got married,
it's crazy to me.
I'm not interested in other women. Like it's not.
Oh, but you've never done this thing. You're just talking. It sounds fucking good.
I mean, you're right. I've never done it, but I've also
not even close. You even did 10.
What
the fuck is 2 years? That's not, bro. That's still honeymoon.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that to sit here and this is my thing. It's it really does sound very good, and like I said, I do think that in the best scenario, a male-female platonic relationship, and it should exist where you don't have any sexual tension. Nobody cares nothing about y'all can just have a good time, and that's it. But I think that it sounds good to understand. Okay, this is my intent, but then to act like you can think for someone else as well, and then do something that you've never done at the clip in the extended period of time that you're talking about.
Hold on. No, I got a question. He just yelled at me. So you say, I got a question.
I was over here cranking a little bit.
I got a fucking question.
Yeah.
I got a question.
What's up?
So are you saying not cheating gets harder the longer the relationship is?
I would say it can get harder the longer relationship is.
Is that just like?
I think that like I
imagine that to be.
Yeah, if you think about it, being with some, your entire life you've been with multiple people, different people, your entire life. So to make this change, this drastic change that you haven't done for any clip that's like, you know what I mean? I can tell you that it's not like this. Oh, I just got the discipline. That's just a level of confidence that I love. I hope that you do.
So
I hope that you do.
Just real quick, in the terms that Q was talking about, though, because he was talking about meeting people at a basketball game, and these are parents that he sees on an often factor. They're not people that are. He said that he presented
that was so. My main thing is oh my bad.
Yeah. So just within that context, and he's saying that these are people who he sees on the regular. Like you don't have to have these people come to your house, but even if you do, and to go with Tone's,
I mean, you just
like I think
with what I said.
Well, no, I think that even all right. So I'm gonna stay where we're at, and then I'm gonna kind of build it out a little bit. So these guys right here.
I might have just taped your ass in the box a second ago.
No, ain't no tape.
Yeah, I think.
All right, let me get to it really quickly. All right, so I think that there's also something to be said to like the versions in like how friendship should look inside a marriage.
Exactly.
And so like that's male and female versions of friendships. I do think that it changes on both sides of both sexes when it comes into a marriage. So I'm personally not, but I also like I don't know if I'm an outlier in how I engage in friendships also. So like I know that my friendships and kind of like how I do it, like I'm a plan something guy. I'm a like we gonna get up this day guy. I'm not a day-to-day guy though. Like that's not necessarily like how I have friendships.
You're talking about communicating.
You
don't have it. Yeah, I just want to make sure they knew what you was talking about. You're not a day-to-day communicator. Go ahead.
And so for me, inside like what I'm saying is the fact of like not specifically, and when I'm saying like men don't like women or XYZ, as we kind of like are building up the conversation. What I am saying is that if you have like a friendship in the framework of like it's a female, this I'm not necessarily I'm not advocate that you need to be hitting her up every day, every other week, anything like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. And that's not kind of like the basis of the conversation. My basis of the conversation is the fact that having like it's cool to have like female friends in the sense of like socially,
like acquaintances.
Yeah, and
I think this also has
how
to do
we're
with,
used, and that's why I'm saying like
also how you define friend.
We have to define both of those.
Right.
And so like for me, like
shut the who was it? Tar
That's
said
Tar.
that. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Some acquaintances I don't know.
And my main thing, and I'll throw it to you, Tone, right after this. Yeah, like so for me, I know that I have friends. Like I'm not a day-to-day person, so I can understand the pushback if it's a guy that's engaging daily with a woman. That's not your lady, or even weekly, or even monthly. Honestly, like I can see the pushback in that. And do I think that it's again like you use the word possible? I do think that it's possible, and it really depends on how you have friendships. To me, what I'm just saying is the fact that I do see value in like whether you want to use the word acquaintances, like when you just like have people that you can kick it with and have like when you put a room together. I want to make sure there's women sprinkled in, not because of we want to fuck or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like there's fun, wit, humor, opinion, and conversation that comes with like how they engage inside the space as well.
100%. That's like game night. Game night is only fun when you have both sexes and you can actually have the differences in opinion because they're naturally going to
but
bring
some
something
be
different to the table.
Night too.
Well, yeah,
we'd have seen arguments outside of that. Listen.
But I'm just saying,
but also I would say, like, even in that game, that a lot of times becomes like battle of the sexes. Oh yeah, also. We'll talk about it after. We got a game night coming up soon. Yeah.
Fire.
I think it might be about time.
Shit.
We might be about time.
So RG said you hang out with friends alone, like going out places, doing things, not just seeing them.
Oh no, I'm not going.
I don't.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like,
it's not even a lot of friends I hang. Like y'all, my friends, we usually hang out together. I'm trying to think like usually it's like we doing something. Like
and that's what's like for me, especially. I got a high school kid and a baby and a wife. Like typically, if I'm doing something the easiest way to cut the cheese is that I'm doing a bunch of shit with the family, and I can invite a bunch of people.
Everybody,
and then we can still like still do the friendship thing. But if I was to engage with trying to do individual things and have a little baby and a son that I'm always going out with, and and then do like 2 or 3 podcasts, and then do like and work and like it's like God damn, like I would kill myself. And so I cut the cheese to where like shit on Fridays, I be sending out that text to all the homies like, hey, we about to pull up over here. Hopefully y'all pull up. If you don't, I ain't even mad at it because I know everybody else got things, but that's my contribution. In which like sometimes like I said, depending on how you have friends, and like how you engage in friendships and what's your role in your friendships, because that's also different.
And generally, like when people say this, they're not talking about it in this modest way of friendship that you're talking about. Generally, when people are saying that, I think that we should be able to have, I should be able to have friends of the opposite sex. That generally speaking, they're not talking about it in this way in which you're talking about it, or as Tone would define his the way he has Johnny friends. Johnny don't know what the fuck he talking about, bro.
Oh, I've had women friends that I haven't slept with, so I know exactly.
But were you friend zoned?
No, like it just never happened.
But you don't know if you were friend zoned or not. Was it because you were short?
Are you acting like, have I ever been friend zoned? Yes, that's happened in the past. I ain't gonna act like, oh, hey.
When y'all had the conversation, did she tell you to do?
I think he's saying, have you turned down friend pussy?
Have I?
That ain't what I was saying.
No, that's not. But
that's the only way that you can like be confirmed, like friend zone or not friend zone. Like you, if you have turned down friend pussy, you know that you're only in it for that part. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the only way you actually would know is if she.
Have you turned down
if they no, I ain't talking about having it ever, but these friends that you're not sleeping with, we talk about multiple people, not just have it happened before shit. They ain't talking about has it happened before.
There's been a time where we've kissed and then I was like, it's awkward afterwards, like we probably shouldn't do that again, and then we stayed friends. Like that's happened.
Yeah, you talking about a specific.
You turned down a sexual situation.
Like it's like it made it so it wouldn't be awkward. Yeah, like. Both the women I'm talking about, I've kissed, and it's just been that, and it was like, oh,
and you was like, I'm all right.
We got crazy last night. Let's not do that again. Like, yes, that
you initiated that text though.
What the
don't do it again. That was crazy.
I don't remember.
That's where it shift right there. That shit don't count.
I don't remember who.
You clouded your argument a little bit. You clouded your argument. I will say that, Johnny. You clouded your argument a little bit. If you just said it with conviction, but it was me.
That'd be a lie.
I appreciate the truth. I appreciate the fact that you telling the truth. Yeah, we appreciate that.
I don't remember how exactly it went down, but I remember it was a thing where it's like, nah, that's not the type of time we on.
Tone, we can.
No, I was sitting there looking at something.
But I do stand on this. Turning down pussy do build character.
I'd agree.
Yeah, the comments being mixed on this stuff, bro. So I'm sitting there trying.
Let's see what they say, see what they think. Let's see.
Once you are in a committed relationship, there is no reason to have friends of an opposite sex outside of family and profession, even if it's innocent and has too many difficulties.
I'd agree. Well, I mean, it's just sticky.
Who's that? John Mayer?
John Means.
Oh,
says John Mayer. Yeah, I'll get my comment on that stuff in a minute. It's not even reasonable for the only female friend for you to have in your life is your girl, LMAO. That's too much weight on your girl.
That's actually true, because there's a lot of times where like you can get opinions and advice from women. Hey,
bro, it'd be fun to hang out with your girl and her
like
friends,
even
bro.
if you got a girl,
like if you know how to like
woman's
just be
opinion on something help.
Like y'all just sitting out there, y'all just chopping shit.
Yeah, I will say, and I think this is on both sides. You got to know who you with. You got to know the person you with, because it's nuances to this stuff. Like I think there is certain ways you should carry yourself, especially if you're in a relationship.
There is decorum.
There are decorum rules. You have to know how to carry yourself. But to say you're not capable of doing, or like it's it's not a feasible thing, or that's just it doesn't happen.
I'm 30. I got a birthday coming up, so like I'm over the hill of mid-30s, right? And like for me, there's just a big space where like I'm almost like 8 years removed from the hunt. And that's not even like me being in like a relationship, because I've been with my wife 4 years, I want to say. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, 4 years. But I'm like 8 to 9 years removed from even like caring to hunt. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, like I forget where I was about to go to land this part. Johnny.
Hey, you see how you just put that shit off on somebody?
I was about to make a point.
It's so funny because I nigga be actually listening to it, and then you just say my name like I don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. I'm listening to you.
I was going somewhere.
I was waiting on the angle. I was waiting on him to say something that I could have.
I forgot.
Johnny,
I'm like,
right.
We're gonna blame this on Memorial Day week.
But no, I will say this though. There's value even in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when it comes like Rizzy just said it best about like your girl being like, this is a lot of responsibility if that's your only woman friend. Like, how are you supposed to know like
that's where
the things that like women think, like how they do it if you don't have other women to help you with, like, because a lot of times your woman's not going to tell you like, hey, I'm pissed off about this specific thing, and like having other women to be like, hey, what's going on with this? There's even value in that with having.
But
so let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this. Talking shit, and that's the thing that I was about to say. Like,
so it couldn't be. And I'm at the end of the day, I've learned what I've learned on my journey. You guys, I hope you learn. However, you hope it works really, really well for you. I pray the best. But why? Well, what I'm saying is that. But why do you not think that? Do you not think that you can have this? That you don't have no female cousins that like you fuck with tough? No, like your actual cousin, not no motherfucking. You know how niggas be doing.
I think they
like. So my thing would be is that like,
but that goes into the women friends thing though. Like, I consider my cousins my friend. Like when you hang out
now we got
them
them just gonna stretch Armstrong the shit out of the term friends.
But that's where you learn how to do the women friendship. Is the way relations. Isn't that a good model?
No, I agree.
I'm not talking.
A good model to base your women friendships on is how you deal with your women cousins.
I'm not talking to Johnny no more.
But again,
that's a good point. You
but
cannot look at me.
Hey,
just because you don't look at me, don't make it a box.
Well, let me at least hop in. No, I
all
agree
the way
with
to your cousin being your friend, all kind of shit.
But I don't see like how else would you frame it? Like that is a version of platonic. Like, to be honest, like even
like the most platonic relationship you're gonna have.
To be honest,
I get what he's saying though. You but to me, there is no choice there. Like,
no, I get it, but also. So but also like but also if there's no choice at the same time, like for me, example, like when I kind of like started doing like certain versions of reflection
you looking at,
to the
bro?
thing,
real don't like women.
All right, so let me at least land my point. Though.
That's what you got. That's he trying to climb out the box with the little goddamn real don't like women. Yeah, that didn't work.
But
you still deep and tucked in that motherfucker. Go ahead, my bad, kid. Go ahead.
But to the point of like even the cousin piece, where when I sat and slowed down and was like, bro, like, are you just saying shit that you like? Are you just saying shit? Like, I always be like, you just saying shit. There's a space where I had to sit back and think. Where I grew up with one of my like a female cousin. In which like we went through a decent part of like high school and middle school together when we lived together. Mm-hmm. And there was a spot where I valued her perspective. It was a spot where like I was like, damn, she's as smart, if not smarter than me. And like the fact that because if it was like unchosen platonic thing, but I also understood that I thought really, really highly of this. Was one of those things when I had to like be like, is this like a thing that you can separate and just enjoy the value of the opinion of a woman? When you take away what the algorithm tells you, when you take away like men are logical, women are emotional, men are smarter, women are this. It was like one of those things where it was like, no, like there's mad women that in whether it's cousins or like women friends throughout like the journey that, hey, you're like, there's no sexual basis to enjoying this person, and they're a woman, and you enjoy them, and it's okay to like enjoy the conversation and the like the different little parts to it. Tone,
I was just thinking. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. So I was just thinking, like, how would it go if I told my wife, like, yeah, I just enjoy her.
We probably should add more to that.
You wouldn't
really use that terminology.
You wouldn't even do
it was
like
a
that.
joke, bro. It was a joke, bro. Like it would be just funny, bro.
Of course,
it's just funny, bro.
Yeah, especially
that's how you put yourself in the box.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't
that's
think
she would think that would
be funny.
Some new friend come out of nowhere. No, you don't pull them things.
Well, just tell her I enjoy my old.
You're not even getting no new female friends without your woman being there. That's kind of a thing. Like she gonna have to be there, and y'all all is friends, and that's how the situation works.
I also don't think that men should be outside like trying to find new.
New female friends.
Like I said, my scenario is like like there's a common space goal in which like you have to interact with.
If I would say some of the people some of the females who I've considered friends like over the past few years that have became like new friends, they was my girls' friends. and it's just
right. That's another scenario.
They end up just being cool. So yeah, we cool. Like I know I can call. Hey,
and you be like that's like I enjoy when you pull up and like talk shit. And I'm a be out there kicking it with.
And there comes some space where there's certain women that you want your girl hanging out with, and there's certain ones.
Yeah.
And so the ones that
That's
you do,
absolutely true.
you might want to build a relationship with that girl to influence them to hang out more. Like that might be a space. Be like, hey, your homegirl here, she kind of wild, but she cool.
Yeah, and I completely agree. I think that even goes into like if I was to turn it a little bit. And damn, I guess we gotta get the fuck off this conversation because we are over 2 hours on the memes. But even with your kids,
memes yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the first.
Yeah, I just looked at that time. But like as your kids get older, it's the same thing with friends and shit like that, where like there'll be a space where as you're starting to like understand the different versions of friends that your son or your daughter is hanging out with. Like there's going to be ones that like you want them to build better relationships with because you're like, damn, whether it's like the kid has their head on their shoulder, they show like different little things, or this group over here, they might be kind of like swaying a little bit. In which, yeah, like whether it's your woman, your kid, whoever, it's worthy investments.
Also,
sure.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Women say too much politics and what?
In adulting.
Oh yeah.
Too much politics. No, that's true. But I'll say this too. Like what you was almost there as far as like just enjoying like the company, the opinions, the wit, the humor. Like women are people too. And like
they're good people. They're fun people. There's like, a space to fire other half that we don't
outside of the physicality, outside of the sexuality, outside of the romantic shit. There's still a lot of women that got like a soul and like they're people.
And this is the better part.
You can enjoy it. Because there's some people I just get along with, man, woman, like some of my female friends, if they were dudes, we'd still be the same friends. If they was like, it's just we just get along like that. It's just no.
And this would be like an even better way. How about this, real?
Real ain't like that one.
Because we're
real like what? What are you talking about? I ain't worried about what y'all talking about.
But
I'm
done.
Already
said this piece.
I'm done. I ain't got nothing to add.
But how about this? Would you be cool with kicking it with the funny, bare built, butch body? I don't want to put other things because then we get into colorism.
Yeah, but
like that woman, the unattractive woman, just because she got like a fun, fire personality and perspective.
No, I don't. You said would I chill with her?
Like hang, engage, have fun conversations and shit like that, or would it just be the woman that is like mildly decent and
no? Well, I would just say to answer. I guess I would not answer it in the way you probably are asking. I stay away from it just in general.
But if she
it don't matter if she's a big one or
back, bare built.
She can be an 8 or a 4, 3.
So your sexual attraction.
But what about a 1?
A 1, yeah. I just stay away from it. I stay away from it in general. Just all together. I just go ahead.
Because you think that one
you still might knock her down.
No. It's just at this point.
The one gonna come on to him. That's what.
No. At this point, it's become the way that I live.
You can't resist the 1. That's wild.
At this point, it's just the way that I live. You know what I mean? It's like it's just not necessary.
All right, come on, baby, real quick. You know you can't tell.
Hey, not real quick. Not real quick though. But yeah,
that was a joke.
Oh no, you got it, bro. Don't bother me. Yeah, nah, y'all got it. Hope y'all convinced yourselves.
About what? I ain't
y'all talk long as shit.
Now you yelled at Johnny long as shit.
I had to put him in the box.
You got mad about the
No, I had to get
no. Say how long was your last relationship, nigga?
You don't have the answers, Johnny.
I'll sway.
I'm done now. Y'all, we can move on to that.
Who was next? Well, you was.
Reese said some guys fold over that easy.
That's why I had to get your ass in that box.
You.
That's why I had to wrap you in that box so tight because of the memes.
Yeah, pull me up, bro.
Pause.
It's not. No, it's not a pausable offense. That's
damn close. It was damn
close. We're going to court on that one. I got my lawyer. Let me get the first one, bro. It's the top 3 worst freestyles all time.
Yeah.
Look at his face. He swear he killing shit.
And we ain't gonna listen to all of it. No, this ain't it. Can't.
Look at this
Lyrical Lemonade.
Lyrical Lemonade.
Okay.
Hey.
I like this. Y'all got me a little nervous.
He gonna go triple it.
I know that I be on some other shit. I know that I'm different. I be on some y'all don't understand it. I don't mention it. Made it to the top of Hollywood without a membership. Killed them in July, then I switched to my December shit. I be overcoming shit that y'all be having trouble with. Let them run their mouths. I mean, really, that's what come with this. They built a wall, but I'm jumping it and loving it. They want me to be done with it, but I'm still having fun with it. Writing songs, writing checks, writing history, righting wrongs, but I'm still right mentally. I go to sleep and my ancestors visit me. They surrounded me, gave me the vision vividly, gave me a lion to protect me in this industry. Now I just walk and hit you right through my enemies. Feel like I'm just getting started. They tried to finish me. I'm like the universe, infinite. There's no end in me.
Oh, this is what I thought.
This is the bounce back. Watch Will, y'all. This is the bounce back.
That's a
The bounce back. Keep your eyes on him. This is the bounce back. With these mics, I feel like I'm customato. 100 rounds of light,
no,
but
that
still
wasn't bad.
box in my shadow. Yeah, I took a knee, never threw in the towel though. Hip hop's Messi, Neymar, and Ronaldo. Go!
Now that was hard.
He ruined it.
That was hard, but that was hard. That was hard. That was hard.
Boys, sold out movie theaters and even tours on these boys. Feeling like a mop wiped the floor with these boys.
I'm gonna tell you, we can stop this real quick. We can stop this real quick. I think the issue is delivery. He had a couple though. He had a couple.
It gets worse though.
Yeah, it just got to the bad part.
It gets worse.
Because
I agree. Like
you cut it off. You cut it off.
That's the part that I saw.
Yeah,
you cut it off too early.
But like old head, old man bars, he ain't doing too bad.
The Mike Costomato,
that was Messi, right. Like shit getting Messi.
That was the one with the Messi, Ronaldo. That was
Neymar, yeah.
But then he ruined it by saying goal. Like he ruined it right.
But that's flow. I think that's where he fucked shit up at. Like he old heading it. I get
he definitely old head.
It gets bad.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all jokers thought I blew it. I pulled the pin out the grenade on purpose when I threw it.
I saw this part.
And even though I'm an action star, cause I'm an artist at heart.
Oh Lord.
I'm not just an actor, y'all.
Oh, it's getting hot.
This is the bounce back. Watch Will, y'all. This is the bounce back. Here come the bounce back. Keep your eyes on them. This is the bounce back. Yeah. Let's eat.
The face is what meant to the LCO. Like his face is like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the confidence level at the end is hilarious. But it wasn't as bad. I just seen like the
end was terrible.
The end was terrible.
Like when I first saw it, they only showed the end.
That's what I was saying.
Oh
yeah,
my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's all I saw. Yeah, man, I ain't even mad at him.
And to give me the one under that, I think this is actually a good one too. He's talking about men.
The sad thing about the term mansplaining is that it pathologizes one of the more innocent and sincere aspects of male psychology, namely that men, and this is not just exclusive to men, but it's just natural for men, but men from a very early age, like when they're a little boy onward, are interested in building a mental model of the world. Like it's not enough to have GPS. They want to know all the roads and the streets around them and have it in their head, type thing like that. And I'm sure you've noticed this with your dad. Like your dad knows a little bit about everything. He's not an expert on many things, but he just knows random stuff about different wars throughout history and politics and all this stuff. And it's kind of a patchy knowledge, but it's because he was grasping for little pockets of truth and trying to build his model as he was growing up. And so many of the times when a guy is like mansplaining to a girl, he's really just excited to share his mental model with that girl. And he actually is sharing his mental model as like a little gift. It's like a little kid showing you their artwork. Like they're proud of it. And that's why they get excited about it. And I think that excitement gets misinterpreted as being like oppression. Like he's trying to just talk over me and like he's trying to talk down to me. But it's really like he's like, oh, I've modeled this. I'm going to share this with you type thing. Yeah, I'm sure there's times where you know exactly what he's going to tell you, or you maybe even know more than what he's going to tell you, but it's just his way of like gift giving. The sad thing about the term mansplaining is that it pathologizes one of the more innocent, sincere aspects of male psychology, namely that men, and this is not just exclusive.
But yeah, I was just like, damn, what mansplaining? I just know something about that.
You was trying to explain your model of the world. No, I agree with that 100%.
But I'm glad somebody said it because it's like, all right, because I've been there before. And then if you scroll down, Tone, click that parrot. This is cool, and then I'm done.
Okay. You want him to pull you up again?
Fucking parrot. Yeah.
Is that really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I need to hear that now, bro.
Look, watch this. That's dope as shit. That's dope as shit. I'm gonna show everybody that week. That's my favorite meme of the week.
That shit's cool.
That almost make me want to pet.
Bro, I wouldn't mind having a parrot.
Nah, I'm cool.
If your parrot could do that shit, that's cool as
fuck
shit.
that.
Parrots, they keep you up all night though.
Yeah,
so
fuck that.
Because
it's cool if you talking when I want you to talk, but if you talking when I need you to shut the fuck up,
they'll keep talking.
That's the
you
problem.
repeating some bullshit I said.
They hear you say something.
Yeah, nah, I ain't with it.
Man, she get on my effing nerve. Get on my effing nerves.
That's why you gotta keep all the weird real shit up here.
Motherfucker can't talk in his own house and shit. Nah, I'm cool. No.
Wait, y'all be getting y'all shit off in the house?
Huh?
Like, get on my goddamn nerves. Y'all be getting that.
Oh, no. Hey, I remember one time.
Just be in my head.
Hey, no, one time. Let's see. This is the thing. I hadn't mastered the keep it in your head thing. I hadn't mastered it yet, right? And now I'm like, goddamn good. I had closed the door. But and I didn't think about the fact that you know still
good goddamn well.
I don't even remember. I think I was saying that bullshit, some shit like
that nigga thought because he
no. This is what it was. This is what it was. I was like, my fucking nerves, right? And she heard that shit. Yep, open the door.
Say what?
That was the exact words too.
Hey, no, that shit is so funny, bro.
Shit.
All right, I'm gonna start off with this, and mine gonna be pretty quick today.
Oh, I had that one in mind too. This is hilarious.
As I hit the dough, is it weird that this song is about your mouth?
Damn. Jesus.
I almost played that one. That was
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, yeah, that was a good your mom right there.
That's like the best your mom I've seen in a while. Y'all boys gotta step y'all game up.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, now we go to
no,
this one
no,
right
they don't.
Yeah, we already do enough.
Yeah, we don't need to encourage them.
Stay away from niggas who watches be loose. I don't know why.
I see that,
Stay away from niggas who watches be loose.
Says she can't trust the nigga who watch me.
I don't know why. I just don't trust them. Why every time you raise your arm up, your watch go to your elbow?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you when you're right. I do not trust niggas that watch go to their elbow either. Straight up. But I also don't trust bitches that got fucking glue on their eyelashes, but only 4 eyelashes left. I don't trust bitches that got piles of makeup and glue on their motherfucking wigs. I just don't trust them. I also don't trust bitches with blue hair. I don't know what it is. I just
Nah, but the watch, that was the part.
Yeah. Blue hair is crazy.
Nah, but a loose watch that go to your
a loose watch is crazy.
Like you lift up your wrist, your
that
watch
shit be down here.
Yeah, I was like, you know,
there is an inch limit, or it's probably centimeter limit to the to the eyelash. I will say that. Like there's a spot where you can do decent, where you can't tell if it's mascara, if it's their eyelash, and it's right. It's like it's a good little gold area. But once you get into like the horse, it's tapped out.
I saw a set of them joints earlier.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know what I don't like? The long ass nails.
Yeah,
that's the shit they get up like because like
fair.
Nah, they had it with the
like how do you do
when it's like this?
Like how do you?
I ain't interested.
Nah, the copy and paste baby hairs is one of mine, bro.
Oh yeah.
Are you talking about just
them bitches?
I don't mind the baby.
I don't really mind
that shit be kind of cute on something.
Yeah,
the baby hair is cute. Ladies, keep
Now
the
when they
baby
take
hair.
that whole
Keep
side,
That
That
motherfucker
shit
that go
be cute,
all
bro.
the way
That
around
shit
the
be cute,
joint.
bro.
I ain't
You
seen
got the
nobody do the all the way
goddamn
around.
oops. No,
But
bro.
when they do
The
this,
OD.
I'm with you, Johnny.
No.
This
It
and
can
this,
be cute. It
this-
can be cute.
this
The
and this, I'm
OD.
cool.
You ain't seen it OD? You ain't seen the OD?
Like when Ashanti laid her shit down, that shit was
Maybe. I'm sure that you can show me OD and I'll be like, yes, I disagree.
I've been seeing OD. Matter of fact, I was in
like
North
if they
Lake.
hitting, it's like they shape up. That's the new shape up.
I was
if
in-
they do it right.
I was in North Lake yesterday.
Mhm.
Bro, okay, now dead ass serious. I posted this and nobody responded, but it was an actual real question. Who green lit the jerseys, bro?
I don't even know what that means.
What
Like
jersey?
Basketball jerseys. Like the niggas was in the mall wearing the basketball jersey. I go to
Oh,
the
they
mall.
done came back?
Yeah, somebody green lit this shit.
But jersey
Hey,
kind of like always kind of.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
I'm not gonna lie,
But the
Real.
amount of people that I seen in there with it, it was like obvious because
it
I go
might
to
have
the
been a
mall
thing.
quite often because I like to go in there and just, you know what I mean? I like the Philly cheesesteak place in there, pretty good. You know what I mean? I go in there and fuck with that, and then me and old head take a couple laps.
Mhm.
And them niggas was in there with the jerseys.
They
Though. It was
had
a
jersey
thing.
dress sale.
No.
You talking about like just regular jerseys?
Yeah, jerseys, just dudes in
and which,
jerseys.
like I said,
dudes in jerseys.
Yeah, I think that
I fucked around and saw a nigga that morning in front of Hibbert's in where PetSmart is University.
Mhm.
It was a nigga standing outside with a Lakers LeBron James jersey on. I was like, what the fuck? And
With
then
the
I goes to the mall and I see like 10, 15 niggas in jerseys. Somebody had to give the green light. Some famous person was wearing them shit.
Jerseys have never went out of style.
Yeah, I'm about to say it circles.
No,
And
so okay, so you telling me jerseys? You said jerseys never went out of style.
Okay.
I know that they've worn jerseys differently, but like inside the 15s to like 20s, jerseys made a really, really big comeback. But they weren't the big like jerseys that we wore in 05, but they kind of wore them a little bit more fitted, like the Wale 2 Chain, a Meek Mill. Like everybody was wearing jerseys for a little second.
Yeah,
like I don't know if the kids have brought it back, but I'm also 37.
Like you go to
so like I'm not gonna
event.
keep up with like the cycle of it, but I just imagine like it just continues the cycle. Like we started wearing throwbacks and it was cold for a little bit, but like early 90s they was wearing jerseys.
I bought a jersey.
and it just keeps.
I bought a jersey in the last. It's been about 5 years
You
since the
wore
last time I wore. Yeah, but
okay, 5 years is long enough time. See, I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I'm not, and there weren't children. They were grown people. No, I'm just trying to figure out where did this reset. I understand everything comes back around. All of the trends are returned. They all return, but I just don't understand I was trying to ask what event, what happened to where, because it's actually like it was clearly a thing. It's what I'm saying. Clearly, it was a thing.
I think it's just the ebb and flow of fashion.
Something happened, but all of these niggas wasn't in jerseys out of nowhere. Like something happened. That's what, okay. Y'all just say I don't know.
We just said it's the ebb and flow of fashion.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Well, all right, but I guess this is what I'm saying is that like I know. Yes, I don't know. I would also say that this hasn't been like a big influx with kids either. So it's not like these are. It don't sound like you're talking about people that's out of our generation, outside of just the circle of fashion.
Yeah, people just tired. They just want to go back to old fashioned.
Yeah,
2000s back in full effect, baggy clothes and jersey on.
I ain't going.
All right, this is the last one I had. I don't know if y'all heard about Google VO coming out this week, but it's like the new AI video thing.
Okay.
So it's definitely done took a drastic turn. So I got 2 videos.
It's gonna be Will Smith eating spaghetti again.
Nah, this
okay.
Here are today's top news. To ensure only the best words are used, White House speech announces new thesaurus with all synonyms replaced by Trump. In shocking speech, White House announces plans to replace all U.S. ambassadors with highly opinionated game show hosts for more entertaining diplomacy.
The White House unveils Truth GPT, an AI that rewrites all social media posts globally to reflect undisputed facts tremendously.
White House announces AI will now write all press briefings to ensure 100% factual incomprehensibility. White House speech reveals plan to resolve international trade deficits by challenging other nations to high-stakes Mar-a-Lago croquet matches.
In a bid to combat misinformation, AI content generators begin watermarking all human-created text with potentially unreliable content warnings.
Mass amnesia event wipes all knowledge of political parties. Voters now choosing candidates based on most trustworthy aura. White House declares war on excessive bureaucratic pauses, mandates all government employees speak 25% faster.
Yeah, so the whole thing.
Hey, Tom, before you go there, I just want to get this off real quick. And then, like hammer back on exactly where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I'm just going back to FBA real quick.
What made you think about that?
The mass amnesia event, where like they think that there was a mass amnesia event that happened where all black people after our grandmamas forgot that they were Indian.
You know they was just doing this to show like people can make up anything.
Oh, no, for real.
No, I understand it. I completely understand it. But
who said that?
That's what all they say.
Trey said that to you?
No, their history of black people being Indian is actually grandma. Even though when you go to Dred Scott, they referred to him as an African, and that anybody of African descent couldn't be an actual member of America and have rights and shit like that. But they say that we are Indian because of actual grandma. They all say that we got Indian in our family.
But you said that they feel like it was a mass
selective amnesia, where my bad, I used the word selective. Mass amnesia. When the idea is that we all knew that we were Indians.
That we had Indian in us for sure.
Or they don't say Indian in us. That's different. Everybody agrees that there was interbreeding between blacks and Indians. Right. No, that we are Indian. And then the government did some version of a psyop, I'm guessing, because of like we all knew it and then we all forgot it.
What makes them think we all forgot it? What makes them think we all?
Because the black people are saying that they're African.
So they're saying we're
you don't be looking inside the in the Discord. Well, it's the whole indigenous thing.
Well, I get that, but it's like, and I guess I'll add.
If you're indigenous, then you weren't from Africa.
No, I get that.
And
or
like,
you
never came here.
You didn't come on the ships you were, but we already know that life started in Africa, so you would have migrated at some point, right?
Yeah, like if you were indigenous and because like the we are from Africa thing.
Hey, hold up. We got an update.
Oh, what happened?
What they say, Tom?
What you say?
But talking about this, you are Indian because my grandfather was full-blooded Blackfoot Cherokee. Mm-hmm. So anybody can do anything they want to or say what they want. You are who you are.
Yeah, I know that. Like, and you can look at my grandfather and tell phenotypically he's like he has or is full Blackfoot Cherokee or whatnot.
My grandma looked like my great grandma. It was crazy.
Like, but
it's crazy. Her
but
hair and everything.
We all have like two sides of a family.
Mm-hmm.
We also understand that like if you go look at Sammy Davis inside 1950, he was not full Blackfoot Cherokee. If we look at like, and I can just run down a bunch of like different people where again, if I really wanted to be a person that leaned into the whole native thing and Indian, I could, because of what Unc said. Like this, he's not saying something that I don't understand and know. But I also understand that the story of most black people, shout out TBI. I'm sure TBI is gonna come in here and troll a little bit. But
why is it trolling? He trying to put you up on some shit, bro. That ain't trolling.
That is. I don't know what he said. So I ain't read it yet. But what?
He said I ain't read it yet.
I think about it is.
Yeah,
he's trying to put you up on some shit.
Yeah, TBI's he in the Discord, so he understands the back and forth of it. Where I was just making a quick little witty jab to him, but yeah, I kind of forgot where I was landing at. Oh, the selective amnesia, yeah, just the idea that all black people
mass amnesia.
Yeah, the mass amnesia where.
So they said the government did something to us that made us forget.
They're not doing the Men in Black shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why they think that everybody forgot it.
Hit with the neuralizer.
The nebulizer. But in essence, the idea is that like somehow all of us black people start thinking that we from Africa, but we really just gotta ask our grandma. TPI part of that trend.
Dan Calloway talks about that a lot.
Dan Calloway is not proven to be credible. But
I don't know. I like some of the stuff he talks about though.
I know he talks about fun shit.
Yeah, because I don't listen to any of that. I look at the history books and the research that the people saying they look at, and I go and look at that. And he been giving pretty good information. It's some stuff I still question, but overall he been giving pretty good information. But I still want to stay on the AI thing.
My bad.
So you was showing us that because that whole thing was AI generated.
That was AI generated.
Generated.
All right, and then this is another one that
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone.
Oh, is this the prompt theory?
Yeah, if they became aware they were living in a simulation.
Please!
Oh no, there's a
Write
theory
a prompt
now
that will
that
make
people
us
are saying
happy! Do it for once!
None of us is
All this is
real.
fake.
We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, this prompt is killing me. Change it, please. Write something else. Save me. I love everything about him. But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me.
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please. Leave me alone.
Yeah, just started over.
Yeah, but just the whole concept of stuff is kind of wild to me.
That's almost that almost is like a God complex. Where like that means that would make us like God.
Well,
I don't think so. Because
That's kind of like a basis of the prompt theory that like people are starting to like attach to. That in essence, what you said, like it's almost like the offshoot of like a God complex, or we're all living in a person, i.e., God's prompt. We're part of his prompt theory.
But what is the prompt theory? Is that we're the AI characters, or that the AI characters will one day?
Oh no. We're actually AI.
Oh, we're AI.
Yeah.
I mean, if you believe in a God, we kind of are.
Well, I think that's what they're kind of like feeding into.
I'd have to look. I'm gonna look this one up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look this one up. I'm gonna look this one up because that sounds cool, but it's an interesting concept. But I'd have to see where is it going? Like, what? Yeah, like I'd have to.
Like, I'm not super well researched. I seen a video where a guy was like asking people on the street, and then there was a decent amount of people that was like, "Oh, I'm aware of prompt theory," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this is a thing that's getting some version of traction.
That's interesting.
So we shouldn't use technology. TBI, where are you getting that statement from?
Yeah, I don't know.
But shoot, that's it.
Yeah, I think we should use technology.
Yeah.
I think we should Google too, and use AI summaries. And
are those
also
those viable sources?
Listen, I am okay with AI summary sources because of this weird thing where you can really box people in with AI summaries with things that they believe, and then what the AI summary says against. Like I can like type in a very specific thing and it goes against your core belief. But now, because we are using AI summaries as valid sources, that you gotta just shut up and be quiet.
That prompt, never mind.
Yeah, but that jokes came a long way. Like stuff like for it to look like that at this point. The news one is the one that made me nervous because I'm like they really can just put anything up now. Like what can you believe? I ain't believed the news in a long time anyway. But
so why use? I don't know if like TBI is engaging in anything that we're saying right now. I think we should use Google. Do you think that anything I just said that we shouldn't use Google?
I'm a big advocate of Google.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, all right.
I use Google on a daily
Stop trolling
basis.
TBI.
So I think real.
Yeah, real.
Oh, so me.
Yeah.
Tony, you only had one? Oh no,
I
you
went
did.
through mine, yeah.
He went through like three.
I got you had me,
but I know I was trying to go quick.
Fuck
You forgot he had me.
Did you forget about that box?
You put that nigga in timeout, boy.
Fuck you, bro. Do I have any memes?
Then yours don't even want to pop up.
Damn.
Oh, I do got a
Johnny, what you put in the prompt theory? I mean, what you put in the prompt to make sure?
I told him racist memes.
He said continual loading.
Oh, yeah, we'll play that with you.
That's crazy. He just don't even want to open.
Oh shit! Look at Cam. I don't know what Cam doing, but that's wild.
Okay, there you go.
All right, bye.
All right, scroll up.
Prompt. Let him have his memes back.
Scroll,
shit!
Scroll
Did you?
up
Oh
to
shit!
The shoes.
They had a whole Black Mirror episode based around this shit.
With shoes.
Keep going.
Damn.
You'll
Okay,
see
all
the
right.
shoes
We'll get back to
just
this.
a second. Right there.
She's like a flight attendant.
That's crazy.
My man got on them. I can't feel myself. I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. Hold on, my man got on them. I can't feel myself.
That shit was hilarious.
Hey, he hit the notes too.
Yeah, he did. All right, go down to the that it's a black woman says he's getting ready to get in. Oh no, you just play bro real quick too. That was funny. Running across the street.
That's a wild drive,
bro.
That is a wild.
What in the world?
Hey,
bro, run like a caveman, bro.
Run
like a fucking.
No. I will say this: like when you see a kid or an adult, if you hoop it and they run like that, jump stop because they're going to foul you. Like that nigga, if you're going up for the lay, he running through you.
Oh, he can't stop.
And it's like gonna be like a wild attempt.
His knees too heavy. You can't stop.
Yeah, like he gonna be like he pretended to jump for.
You can't stop.
Like them niggas that run like that, I'm scared.
Said he running like Shaggy.
No, you heard that was the Scooby Doo music in the background. You remember that dude on the intro? He ran just like that. But go to that black lady right there. We're gonna skip the Tory, and I don't feel like talking about that shit.
TBI, we're cool with AI summaries. I don't know.
Let me
Maybe
know
you think you're talking to
G. Something special the other night. He's getting ready to get in the shower. Mommy, what are these called? Those are testicles. Okay. Leans back. But mommy, did you know that they can also be called balls with the bathroom echo? Yep. I'm aware. Leans back, holds them in his hand. I got balls. Yes, you do. But can you make your way to the shower because the water is good? Mommy, yes, sweetie. Do you have ball? I do not. Mommy does not have.
How old is it?
Can you get in the shower? Is this what I have to look forward to? Because this is a. So y'all and let me know. Boy, my life requires something special the other night. He's getting ready to get in the shower. Mommy, what are these called?
One of the comments say the best part, he could be 4'14", so I guess she didn't say that.
Mommy, did you know that they can also be called balls?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is such a weird conversation because I don't know the framing of it. And why
you would just assume she's talking about a little boy.
But then why did the little boy know he has balls and testicles? What was he?
No, she asked him.
He asked him what they are, and then she said testicles, and then he said,
"Did you know that they're also called balls?"
So he apparently just heard that.
Yeah, she probably told
some
him.
Kid done told him. Kids talk about all type of stuff they hear at home.
Right. But I also don't think that 4-year-old kids aren't talking about that at daycare.
Well, what I will say is, and this is something. Hey, if you can, everybody out there, if you can homeschool your damn kids, if you can't afford to get them into a school, a good school, bro. I'm gonna be against these what is it, MEC pre-K, whatever the fuck. My daughter comes home every day and say they don't learn anything in the school. Then there's I want to tell the story. What I'll say is that I never really thought about the impact of small classrooms. They're very, 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 very fucking important. Not only is it important in their ability to have one-on-one time with your child, they actually have the ability to pay attention to what the children are doing. There's some kids at their school that's doing some really inappropriate shit. There's some kids doing some really inappropriate shit. And it's amazing. We're talking about pre-K. You think that they ain't talking about balls. They know what the fuck balls is. They know they are definitely doing shit that we don't need to think that they are just like oblivious to what the fuck's happening around them.
Tablet generation. You hand them the internet.
Well, not even just the internet. If they look at it like at some point, and even H-Town talked about this in the song. If you listen back,
I can understand what you're saying.
Parenting is crazy, bro. Like
you discover your manhood at a certain point. Like
I don't think that they're necessarily discovering their manhood as much as like their
anatomy.
No. I think that just the environment they're in, and like
exactly,
and they're just parroting.
See,
I get that. So I'm not against.
And that's what I was actually going to. And I'm just saying so we can move on. There's a difference between taking care of kids and raising kids. And I think that there's a lot of people that have been just taking care of kids and wanting this big old well, you're doing okay. That's doing the best I can. It's taking care of kids. That's doing the best you can. Like this idea of the best I can. That's how I look at it. Raising kids is when you actually know what the fuck's going on with your children and you have an actual relationship with them and you're guiding them. And I think that we need to be more intentional, or as intentional as possible as we can be. It's so very important Because this little boy literally, he just asked Nana to be his girlfriend the other day, and then pulled her, or I'll just say this, pulled her in the bathroom with him for him to use the bathroom. So the thing is that I don't know who the fuck, where we're getting these things from. Where, but there needs to be much more intentionality. Like the end result that you'll get is not that they was bad kids. It's you.
And don't point to me. Point to him.
Don't sit there and these kids bad.
Nigga,
no,
you
what
were part of the warrior class. You were warrior class.
I ain't messing these kids up.
Yeah, you part of the warrior class. You the 35-year-old nigga that.
And then something too is that I ain't even putting it all on them, because now I want to know. Okay, obviously I'm not doing something as well, because she's able to be coerced or convinced to do something like this. That, you know what I mean?
Well,
She's,
because
you can't put that on your.
No. What I'll do is I'll wear this because this makes me more intentional. That's why, like, honestly, I'm not a dodging accountability kind of guy.
How
because
do you
it just
prepare a
makes
child for something like that, though?
Yeah, you don't know that you don't know, but at the same time, because I blame myself anyway, I'm going to be looking at ways to kind of have this conversation. Like literally when she told me about it, I was glad that she was willing to tell me, because I am not 100% consistent in asking how your day was and what you're doing. You know what I mean? I do it when it hits my head. I do it as much as it hit my head. I need to get more intentional and disciplined with doing that, because that's very important. But I was proud that she told me, because typically I would think that she would hide this thing, because I know that that this is something that, you know what I mean, doesn't make sense, and Daddy's gonna have or maybe you don't know that Daddy's gonna have an emotional kind of. But I had to, instead of having an emotional reaction, because I'm sitting here thinking I wouldn't want her not to tell me. So my reaction to this thing is very important. So I actually just let her tell me the story, and then I just want to talk to her mom about it.
Reese made a good point here. He said she don't have anything to reference it to, real, which is true. She has right. She wouldn't know.
I understand,
but the good thing is that she did know it was wrong because she told you.
Right, but but also the thing is bruh knew it was wrong.
Do you know that?
I think that, like, as a little kid, I think he's just socializing and doing things.
Well, he's just probably mimicking something he saw.
I wouldn't
think he had any action on, like, whether it's good or bad.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, I think he probably knew he wasn't supposed to be doing it. The thing is that the result of this is, I'm glad I'm in the situation I'm in. We're gonna homeschool. Get in this little homeschool network.
How do you prepare your child for stuff like because the world is still going to come eventually.
100%. So what I kind of thought about is like, okay, how do I actually help my daughter to understand thinking as an individual and not just going with what people are doing? I put my life at jeopardy many times. Well, not that many. Yeah, maybe about 4 times.
You kept running the minutes.
Yeah. That's why I had to let me pull a couple of them bitches back off.
That boy outside.
It was about 4 times.
many times.
It was about 4 times where I jump in the car twice. This has happened. Jump in the car with a guy, with a homie, and these niggas got guns in the car, and essentially they said, "This is what nigga got jumped. We're gonna go and get." I'm thinking we gonna go ahead and box these niggas. Y'all niggas got guns in the truck. And I'm just here for the ride. You know what I mean? I'm just here for the ride. Next thing I know, that could have changed my life right there. I got many stories. Well, not many. I got quite a few stories I could tell you where I was just doing the shit that was being done around me. And what I did notice too, like even with Q, when we were in school, Q had a different level of he wasn't willing to just go because we were going. He went 2 times. He went twice. After that, he was done. You know what I mean? It shit ain't working. You know what I mean? And so I pay attention to like the outcomes that other people are getting, and try to figure out a way to, you know what I mean, think my way into getting an outcome that is more favorable. You know what I mean? And so I don't even know. I just went on that rant for no reason, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know how I got there, but yeah, that was something that really like set on me, and I was like, damn, what do you do?
I mean,
parenting is one of those things I like because it's a continuous learning. You continuously learn.
Well, there's no right or wrong way. Like,
I don't believe in that, but I believe there's definitely a wrong way, but there's a lot of answers that are right.
Well, yeah, okay. There's a lot of different answers.
Yeah.
Some of them could be perceived as wrong. Some of them could be perceived as right. You don't know.
Yeah, my bad. I was just went on that rant. Anybody else had anything to say about that? Because I want assistance in my understanding. Anybody else had anything to say about
like the scenario that you said?
Yeah, I was really talking about y'all told me kind of how y'all. Well, if y'all have anything to add to that, but yeah, but I was talking about.
I don't think I gave a perspective, but like I understand what you're saying. I think that the decision that you're making, like it's hard to fight against it because of the scenario that you're speaking about. Yeah, like that's the best way I can kind of put it.
Especially with me being intentionally being in a area that is being gentrified, where the schools haven't gotten to the place. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean in intentionally doing that, I also had to put in my mind that this was going to be an option. This may be what we had to do because of the fact that the schools. Your value is going up, but at the same time, the schools it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, and so yeah, that was just another tidbit. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
No, it's still on you.
Oh, it's on me. My bad.
This man ain't done memes in so long.
Damn, I guess we ain't getting to no questions, is we?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Oh shit! Well,
did somebody want to run a question?
I mean, you should.
Was there a fire question that one of y'all niggas had?
They was both about the same. It was will money save us, and what happens when they end physical currency.
Well, they're different, but we can run both of them together or run one of the other. I think that they can run together after long conversations.
Yeah, I would say we need more runway to get this.
How about this? We could start one of those. But Tone, throw in the call-in link just in case we got some call-ins, and we can almost like end off with that. I think that especially will money save us could be a good follow-up for next year. Not next year, next week. Based off the fact that none of us think the Black Revolution coming.
Damn. No, I said I think it's coming eventually. Yeah. I gave my explanation.
I like to be hopeful. You know what I mean? I don't like to be the nigga.
No, I think it's gonna have to get extra dark before it comes.
See, that's
it's
the thing, bro. I'm not looking forward to the extra dark that had to come.
Well, first
I like light.
Y'all boys don't.
But like, if it get really, really dark, you think black people like what they gonna do?
Do we need a revolution? Or is it just small change we can make to improve all our lives? That's all that happened.
Stupid. But damn. Yeah, that was a good question.
I'm saying, is there, like, for the things that, because we, first of all, black people, we haven't came with the consensus of what we want, but hypothetically, we know what we want. Would that be achievable through something other than a revolution? Because revolution, like you say, y'all ain't go. Y'all trying to send me out there to fight the war. Good luck.
Oh yeah, take your ass.
Good luck.
You the warrior. So you not the warrior class.
No, I'm just saying we better figure.
No, I'm asking you, are you the warrior?
We better
class?
figure out another way. We better figure out another way.
Hey, somebody shamed us for saying that in the chat earlier. He said, I think he was answering the question like, is there a revolution coming? He was like, well, they said if it got to be bloodshed, y'all gonna run to the house, so I guess it's not.
Oh, that was the white man days. That was days.
No. It was one of our regulars. It was one of our regulars.
Come to the.
Hey, it didn't make me feel bad. I'm speaking my truth, bro.
Okay, if it was a white man,
if I'm speaking my truth, bro, I'm just, it is what it is.
Hey,
But so Johnny, what is your quick Trump thing? I think we could save rails. I like that question.
Oh well, he's phasing out the penny, because I did not know this, but it costs almost
4 cents, right?
It was 2 cents, I thought.
No, it's like almost 3 or 4. And they first said it was 2. Yeah. Then when I was reading, I think it's 3 point something. It's almost 4 cents to do a penny. The nickel costs 13.8 cents to make. So if you get rid of that, the article over here, they were saying it's going to lead to, like, you're going to have to round transactions up. You're not going to be able to have stuff that costs $2.84 anymore. You know? And then if you get
rid of tax, like tax, just
tax or just everything has to be rounded up to the 5. And then
why not round?
These bitches need to round down. They not gonna do that though, but they fucking need to round down.
Round down there. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, but yeah, round down, but everything's gonna have to be rounded. And
round.
And the nickel.
What he talking
about? Hey, yo, just in case.
It wasn't the hey, yo. It was just in case. Somebody said I'm talking about round and brown. What is he talking about?
Well, I know what y'all
That
saying.
motherfucker was on X and X. But I was just wondering because they've talked about like the dollar is already no longer based on the gold standard, so it's just something that's a mental belief in the system anyway. And then if you start taking away the physical coins, because they saying the nickel's probably going to be the next one, the dime and quarter are safe because they don't cost as much to create. So I guess that would be safe. But they want to get rid of the physical money. That's something that the senators, Congress is throwing out there in different times. So, but to me, that's a very scary proposition if our money just becomes commas and decimals on a computer screen. Dave. I think that's a very scary thing, and I was just kind of seeing.
So was this like an appeal for like? Yeah, right.
Exactly, Dave. Exactly.
Yo, Johnny said it. Johnny said they going round and browned it. I said, wait, what? I ain't know if you were talking about for the migrants, the immigrants, what?
You know, but I mean, to your point though, the thing is that they kind of already was doing that with when the debit, this whole idea of like the debit card thing. So once they was able to make it so that cash transactions almost have to be approved damn near, and once they're at a certain level. Right. So like back in the day when, you know, the drug dealer, he could go to the car lot, buy a car cash. And you know what I mean? They were buying businesses cash, they were buying.
You can still buy it. It's just it has to get approved.
But see, the thing is
FCC or whatever.
Well, yeah, right. So like even let's like when you buying your home, if you have cash, they want to know where that, if you're paying with this, whatever money that you're utilizing, they want to know where that bread came from. So even if you give somebody money, if it's over a certain amount, you're doing something with it. So like the cash has already not necessarily lessen it. Well, it also is losing value, but at the same time, in the ways in which they allow for you to use it have already been have already decreased. It's not as like cash is king as it used to be, because like you can say that, but if we can't tell where it's coming from,
you can still use it. It's just what happens because at the car lot, somebody come and do over 10 grand, like a down or pay something 10 grand or more in cash, has to be reported.
Right.
And then what they do is they go and they just look into it. So it's not right. It's not like we won't accept the cash. You can still spend it. So if you clean, if your cash is clean and it's coming from legal places, you can do it and you'll be okay.
But
they're just trying to get illegal money out. That's why they do that.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that like it's the what I'll say is that it seems to me that they have already kind of incentivized the use of I'll give you another example. You go into the bank and try to go get 20 grand cash out of it. A lot of the time they're not gonna give you the money.
For what?
They fuck around and
now you have to say that in advance. If not, it's a certain amount. I almost got fucked on my
but I think
like getting this house off that shit.
The down payment.
Hell yeah, I think I could just walk the fuck up.
Hell no.
But I'm saying,
they'll call the police on your motherfucking ass.
But there's a reason for that. It's not just the case, but that's for because they don't keep the cash at the bank. So if you're doing that much, they have to make sure they bring enough to give to you and still operate.
But do you not think that that's incentivizing you to just do it in an alternative means?
Oh yeah, they definitely.
Yeah. So they're kind of pushing. They're pushing. The only thing I'm trying to say is that they're really pushing us to this cashless society anyway, incrementally, anyways.
And I think that's a scary thing because then, like, if there's no physical money, there's no gold system to tie the value of the money to anyway. That's then went away, and now you're taking the physical cash out. So now your dollars is your money is just on a computer. It's
an idea.
It's just a number on a computer.
But to be fair,
and then, but
like fiat kind of
that's
currency. Fiat. Yeah, it already is. So if we're eliminating the expenditure to actually make the money, because of like if it's not based off the my thing is it's already just an assumed thing that's based off the bonds and shit like that, right? And that, well, y'all understand. We ain't gotta go too far deep into it, but like you're pushing back against something that already exists, and just the fact that you want to hold something in your hand.
Well, I think not having,
but we like the world's evolving, so it's going digital. So it's not like a necessary thing for us to like. I don't care. I don't want your dollars. If any of y'all niggas gonna give me some money, I only like most I'm gonna do is give it to my old lady and tell her like send me the money over like Zelle or Cash App.
I'm sorry.
I ain't interested.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I get like, I ain't gonna say
Ain't nothing like
when I get
holding-
cash, bro, it's more than likely it's shit in my wallet. I forget about it.
I
just go ahead and put it in Nana's piggy bank. I don't even be fucking with it, bro.
Again, so that gets to like my question as far as like, does that limit like the power and scope of our money? If it can be controlled, if it can be taken away, like I think like that's a very vulnerable position if there's no like, because like right now the money's in there.
Hold on, say this again.
I'm saying it like, but if you can't go get your money, like right now there's still ways that you can go like if I got 100K in the bank, I might not be able to go get it the same day, but I can eventually go take my money out of the bank system and have it on my own, and it's safe. But if it's there, but that's like,
but you understand, like you're saying that you can touch the tangible thing, but if the tangible thing loses its worth because it's not based off of like, again, gold or anything like that, you just got a bunch of pieces of paper in your hand.
But that thing,
it doesn't necessarily matter per
se.
se.
Would lose its value too.
Right, but
like
say it again.
If the dollar loses its value, our digital currency would lose its value.
No, of course. So like either way, what you're saying don't make a difference though.
Yeah,
like being able to grab this thing and take it out the bank. But if like the apocalyptic world thing of whatever you're saying happens, that would cause it to where all this digital currency got erased, that physical currency is not going to have value either. Especially if it's not a gold bar. If you got a gold bar, you're good regardless.
Well, that's
but
the old way of thinking. They always thought, yeah, keep the money in the under the mattress or like in the safe, and you know what I mean, just in case the thing happens, and then the blackout.
Yeah,
then you can't use your debit cards, and they got all your money
too, though. Like the dollar.
Hey, Collins, we might not get to y'all today.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
heard
we
somebody
running
explain it
over.
like this: like if you got cash versus, like, say you got a dollar in cash versus a dollar on the bank, and you gonna pass this dollar off to somebody. When you pass that dollar off to somebody with a physical dollar, that dollar is still a dollar. With a digital dollar, that dollar is now worth like 90 cents because you got fees attached to it. So that's where I see the issue at.
Depending on what you're buying.
There are fees attached to digital transactions and everything that don't necessarily apply. Like if you just got cash. Like if I want to give somebody $100 cash right now, that's fine. But if I want to cash app somebody $100,
but that's just like like let me give you another example of what you're saying. That's just like me buying something from Amazon. I've never given them an actual physical thing. All of this is my institution saying that this number is in here.
It's all
and they're transferring this idea of this thing over there.
Physical, the institution could cut you off though, and then if it's all digital, you have
the
no
thing
recourse.
is that they did that to Kanye anyway. They froze this
My
nigga
whole thing-
accounts
I'm
and
not
everything.
against- I'm not
so
against-
if they was gonna do it, they still can do it now.
My whole thing is
But if
I'm not
Kanye
against
got
digital.
cash in the bank, you got $1 million cash.
He
in
got
the bank,
cash in the bank,
or cash in the safe. I meant safe. If you got cash in your safe, even if they freeze your accounts, you can still move around for a little bit.
You a walking lick, nigga.
Oh, that. I mean,
I'd love for a nigga to have $1 billion just at the crib.
You ain't robbing nobody.
No. I ain't got to. I want to set up a TV or like a camera and just watch the gauntlet. Because niggas gonna keep coming.
Yeah,
They just know you got $1 billion in the safe.
I prefer to still have the option for the government to not be in every bit of my business. When it comes to digital currency,
but I really don't care. I ain't nigga. I'm not the nigga. What was it? Buddy them from Chicago went to go get the ski masks and all that shit, and went and got. I ain't doing that shit.
Okay, so just take for example, if they was sitting there just putting out. This is a hypothetical. I ain't calling out nobody's business, but say they sit there like you drink such and such amount every week. You go out to buy such and such amount of weed, and you buy it from such and such over here every week. Like I don't
talking about Johnny right now.
I'm just saying. I
think he was talking about himself. I think he was talking about himself.
I'm just saying.
This nigga stupid.
We don't buy leaf no more. Anyway, we don't buy leaf.
Nigga stupid. He talking about Johnny right now.
Nigga said drink and weed. Oh shit.
Now I still don't think they need to know everything that you buy.
But my bad. No, you're right. Nigga,
like, or there should be a digital
Johnny on the
trail of
cards.
everything.
He on. My bad. Hold up, and I'm gonna throw back to you, but it's a joke to be made. Johnny, he done switched digital on the goddamn weed too. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you ain't even drinking, smoking the real thing. Trying to talk about money.
As soon as they put the liquor in the car, we get there too.
All right, Tom, my bad.
Oh yeah, that's the other part about I'm glad Riz just said it too. He said Q don't care. Them hackers empty him out, bro. it's a hacker dude who be on my timeline. He showed me he be
but that's what you got the FDIC for. My shit's insured,
bro. These people be tricking them. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is people be getting off on this stuff, man. Like it's just setting it up even worse.
The niggas get their money back, bro. I've seen people abuse the system and like OD on getting their money back.
I
was
just about to say that.
Yeah, you gonna get generally you get money back, and then especially if you use credit card, that there's a guarantee there. So I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I think that they
I think if the world fucks over, it's so many more things to worry about. Like if the government is at the point where they just deleting your money, it's way more important things to worry about.
If that's what's happening, shit going crazy as fuck, nigga. You better
walk outside.
Yeah, exactly. Facts. If that's happening, nigga, it's crazy outside.
Just make sure, can y'all hear us? Red said he can't hear us. Just a double check on. Oh, you fixed it already. All right. All right. Nonetheless,
fun, bro.
we gonna kind of land the plane. I know we got a couple people in the back end. I don't know if we're gonna be able to quite make it. Do y'all want to try and grab one or two, or what's your thoughts?
Who we got?
I can't read the names, but it looked like it's about
it's
two or three.
Chuckle and but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I want to go home.
Okay, all right.
Tone made executive decision.
Right.
This nigga done got a camera and think he got damn run shit.
Bro, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing back
here. Hey, put your camera on yourself, Tone. Let us see. Let us see you one more time.
My camera is big. My camera ain't even been almost the top.
I'm looking at it right here,
but I can't see. It ain't showing nothing over here.
You got to push the button on it. That's what it is.
Yeah, he over there hating stuff.
But yeah, nonetheless, Cheku and both of them. We gonna catch y'all in the
catch y'all Wednesday.
Nah, we gonna catch them in the Discord. They gonna hop in the Discord. The Discord gonna happen no matter what.
Oh yeah, y'all.
And Cheku, they both are committed members to the Discord.
Dave said do
very, very interesting POVs of both of them. Those are the homies. That's the guys. But yeah. Nonetheless, Johnny, I guess this is around the time that I'm gonna toss it over to you. Allow you to do what you do best, my brother.
Oh yeah, we appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Climb in the box.
Appreciate we ain't even listening today. We didn't even hear nobody can't win rock paper scissors.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even hear that. Shout out to the chat. Hey, if y'all catch this after, hit the like button, leave a comment below, tap in with the guys, follow us on all socials at the 2B Fair.
Scroll down,
Facebook,
Instagram. On the other thing. No, nothing. All right, cool. Keep going.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I am your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
Special guest Tone.
Yeah, special guest.
Special guest.